Everyone, welcome to Friday Night Live at the Bench. We're back again. Hope everyone's keeping safe, keeping well, not being daft and going down the beach or anything silly. And you're around tonight to watch our show. So with you for a few hours tonight. It's absolutely sweltering warm. I think a lot of the guys' caves are absolutely unbearable at the minute. Mine's getting there, 26 degrees. So hope everyone's staying cool and chilled out and stick around with us for the next few hours. So we've got our usual show. We've not got Tim's section tonight because he couldn't be, but no, I'm only joking. Tim's going to do a section next week because there wasn't a massive amount to put in there. But we'll get down looking at all your work on the Facebook page and forum. Al should be doing questions for the crew. We've got Tim looking at all the purchases you made this week. Danny looking at all the work you shared on the Facebook page and forum, in which the most voted for build of the week will win a £10 UP gift voucher. And we'll do a free prize draw through the night at a random point where all we're going to do is pick a number and you stand a chance of winning a £20 UMP gift voucher. So with us tonight, we've got Tim, we've got Dan, we've got Al, we've got Sam, we've got Norman, and we've got Luke as well.
Oh,
everybody had a good week?
Very good.
Oh, wonderful. Finding.
That's the most enthusiastic I've heard you lot for a while.
Lovely.
Definitely. So there we go. Warm enough?
No, it's too warm.
No?
No.
Really? No. It's absolutely filthy hot. I can't have my door open because it completely whites out the camera. But when I go to the bench, I will be opening my door, that's for sure.
Yeah.
What's everyone going to be working on tonight? And I'll start because I normally go last and I can't be bothered waiting for you. I've got some decaling to do on the Alfa Romeo, got some carbon decals to do. And then that can sit and wait for 2K. And in the meantime, I can then crack on with the Challenger build. And hopefully get that video build finished maybe mid next week, which would be nice to do. Great kit, really enjoying it. And it'd be good to get the first armor build that are completed anyway up on the YouTube channel. And that's that. That's where I'm at. Tim?
Wheels.
Ah, really good.
Really round.
Really
nice.
So have you got rubber to put on them?
Personal question. Yes, they're all over here. They're all painted black already.
Oh, they're separate. That's cool, isn't it?
Yeah, they're all separate. Rifle, isn't it? So everything's all separate little bits. So you can get to paint them black and then slide them all together.
Not on my Challenger, it's not.
Isn't it?
No.
Oh, shame.
No, I had to use my masking Templar thingy.
The spinny roundy thingy.
Yeah, no.
Ah.
The artist circle thing.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, just as good. Just as good.
So I was moving my fan so it's actually on me. Oh, it's better. Dan, who looks like somebody you'd see on a police wanted poster.
Have you seen this youth?
Trust me, been there, done that.
In sniffing saddles again.
Oh, I thought it was stealing them. Oh.
I nearly poked from my own slaver.
I've heard it both now and Dan.
Hey, what?
Who?
Poked her in the what with the where now?
You shot her in the what now?
Nice warm cave.
Oh, my cave is roasting. I've got the door open and it's gone up two more degrees. So now it's 32.
Two?
Yeah, two.
Oh, hang on. Just remembering back for during the week, Paul. We're not going to have any more unwelcome surprises, are we, Paul?
Hey,
You've lost me.
In the middle of the show, Paul just came out with it, didn't you, Paul?
it might walk behind you.
What?
And you tried to blame you tried to blame Tony for it, which I thought.
Oh, you mean when I accidentally burped the other day?
Yeah.
Yeah, we were streaming on Tuesday morning, and you know when you like move and you'll get wind out of places.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, well, I leaned forward and let out a really quite a loud burp, and I was like, "Oh no!" So I blamed Tony. He was at work.
Who was at work? Yeah.
Yeah, he was at work. So I do apologise for that. It was rather uncouth, but it could be worse. I could have offended whole nations and other things. But we'll leave that and move on.
The nice young.
You completely lost me as to what you were banging on about then, to be honest.
Yeah, good.
Yeah. So yeah, try not to swear, Tim, if you can help it.
I'll try. I'll try not to. That's it.
Try not to. Yes, it
Try
would
not
be
to.
helpful.
Mm.
Although we could do some money.
Yeah, we're a bit poor at the moment.
Anyway, Dan, original question, which you never answered. What you working on?
Who, me?
Yes, you.
At the minute, I'm working on a plethora of things. I have that. Hang on, where are we? That there. Where are we? Come on, catch up camera. I don't know if you probably, I don't know.
Looks like a nostril. Oh, I can see it now. I found you.
What's a leg?
What the hell? I was wondering what that was then.
It's Earthworm Jim. Timothy. Earthworm
Oh,
Jim.
yeah. Oh, that's it. There he is. Yeah, that's cool. Very cool.
What a bit of every, I've got lots of everything going on, and it's I'm working on everything.
You're a bit laggy tonight.
Say, is it me or is Dan's internet going to be interesting?
He's still holding up Earthworm Jim, and I bet he's not holding up.
My internet.
You might if you reset. Covered in piss.
Covered in.
Anyway, Al, what are you working on? As long as you're not having problems with Owen.
I'm working on this lump of F15 plastic here.
Oh, nice.
Ooh.
So
I got a special announcement to make as well. My mate Simon, I've got an Xbox with, said, could I say hello to him? So, hello, Simon. I want to say hello to Original Snail, his name is.
oh, hello,
Snail.
Simon.
Hello, Simon.
Hello, Snail.
Hello. Yes, I've known Simon for many years.
Does he like leaving a trail everywhere, does he?
Yes.
No, just a bit slow, that's all.
Yeah, a little bit slow. So there we go. So you're working on your F15 now?
Yeah.
Excellent.
I'm glad to see
Moving on.
I'm glad to see me and Al have made an effort today.
Yeah, but ours is clean.
This is
I'm branded. I'm
Branded.
yeah, you'd be.
Tim, you got move marks, so you had to add it on. Does Trish know you're taking her blouse? Use that yesterday, I'm using it again.
Yeah, there's one thing you're going to be branded with on your forehead.
Steady, leave it.
Move on. Anyway, Luke, how are you, mate?
I'm very well. Very
Yeah,
well.
you had a good week?
Blinding week, mate. Ended better than it started.
Cool.
You're way too cheeky. Way too cheeky.
Get things sorted.
Yes.
Good man.
Well,
A
no.
good out of a bad, that's always a good thing.
Yeah. Ended well.
Good.
What are you working on, Luke?
I am working on two things. So I'm almost done with the Charlie 2.
Cool.
Optimate.
Nice.
So that's coming together. And I'm also working on the main husky and mainly the interior at the moment. I think that's going to go very well.
Yeah, that's looking good, mate.
Yeah. So that's what I should be doing.
Excellent. Sam,
All
have you stopped bleeding now?
right. Tell me, Chieftain.
You're on Chieftain, that's right, yeah.
All right.
Going all right?
Yeah, fine. Being painted by.
Not gone out the window yet?
Paint my numbers.
No, it's not going to. The window's closed, unfortunately. It's going to be open on that.
What scheme are you doing it in, Sam?
Don't know, mate. I haven't decided.
Berlin Brigade.
Whatever.
Windows open.
Haven't decided, mate. I'll get it all together and then I'll have a think.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's a nice little kit. Goes together well.
Good.
Another day or so and I'll be ready for paint.
And you've had a bit of a clear out this week, haven't you?
Oh, yeah, behind me, yeah.
Yeah, it's looking very empty. Will you throw
I
away?
got rid of a rack
Everything?
that were behind me. I
Oh,
threw all
okay.
the cars out.
Oh,
All the models are in the bin.
what, the built ones?
Yep. Except the
Oh.
ones that have just finished the tanks. Everything else went in the bin.
Oh, that's a
So
shame.
not all of them went in the bin. All the wheels went into a box.
Well, you know what all the modelers always say? They go, oh, you should have given that to a local neighbourhood kid. You know, some kid in Africa could have eaten that. All
Where I
around.
live, there's about 3 children, and they definitely would have no interest in cars.
I did shark all the wheels off him though. So if you throw him in a bin, can I have all the wheels?
Box of wheels.
You never know, come in handy, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
There's no point throwing them out.
And he's got a
Wheels
huge
are
box.
wheels are impossible to get as an aftermarket when
Yes.
you want the specific ones. So yeah, but
You know the what ones?
yeah, then one, Luke, shut
Pacific.
up. Yeah, right.
What you need is some Pacific nougat.
Ah,
No, I
nugget, nugget.
Nugget.
It is a bit hard, yes.
No, I finished. No, my nougat's finished. Oh.
Hey,
No,
is
we
that
were having a
now?
discussion last night because Tim very proudly pronounced he was eating some nougat. I said, that's rich coming from someone who can't even say specific properly. He's eating some very Pacific nougat. I was right, though. You're a bit of a nugget.
Yeah, nugget.
Peanuts.
Aye.
Anyway, Norman, other than being a peeping Tom out that window, where are you up to?
I'll be doing more tracks.
Ah,
Just keeping on track of stuff. So
yeah. We need bike gags again. That's what we need.
just
He likes the riding.
What are you looking at? I can see your nose in.
hold on.
I'm not doing. Hang on.
There we go. We're going out the window. Oi!
Mush! Mush!
I nearly shouted stuff and then totally inappropriate for the live show, nearly forgetting we were live. Very nearly got myself in trouble there.
Oh dear,
Okay.
again.
Okay.
No good idea what it would have been.
No.
That's
So
what I
you're
would
working
judge.
on yeah, Simon said he does leave a trail. Just to say. Oh,
He's really full off the chart.
Spread out my dinner.
well, we're getting a guided tour somewhere. Show us your mouth, Norman.
Cave tour,
Hey.
then.
Oh, Jesus.
Pretty much.
Oh,
Part of that.
Think of the children.
Anyway,
That's the end of the show.
Moving on.
Everybody could go and get therapy now.
yeah.
Just stop
he's
reading
gone
the
in.
chat then.
yeah,
just
go on,
basic.
Tim. Butcher the chat.
Yeah.
Make sure if you see any questions, answer them specifically.
I will answer everything specifically in a specific manner.
Especially if it's about Makitas.
Yeah. Now, do we break someone's heart and tell them they weren't first? Or,
Well, I'm always first.
yeah, well, good point. Or do we guess that the person that says he's first lives in his mum's basement? But it's jumping
Oh,
to
Tim.
conclusions.
So that was about 8 seconds before you've offended anyone. So that was pretty good going.
I haven't offended anyone's mum, all right? Just putting it out there.
Breaker 64. I know that name. I can't think of
I
it.
can't remember the names. So Drew one saying hi everyone.
Hey,
There's
Drew.
Norman saying good evening, fellow sprue fiddlers. Stu saying shoot. I'm not too sure who he wants to shoot, but okay.
Shoot.
Rich is in there saying hi all.
Hey, Rich,
Hey,
hope
Rich.
you're keeping well, mate. We're not seeing him for a while. I think he was trying to get in here yesterday or the day before.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Luke's there saying evening, folks. Rich,
Not him.
Watch out for that one. Richard Thomas, good evening. Robbie B, evening. All. Harry Marwick, good evening, fellow modelers. That's what I was trying to read. Gary,
What the hell you took reading then?
yeah, so was I. Gary Pashley's there. I'm surprised he's saying something. Evening, you sweaty bunch.
He
Yeah,
can talk. He said he was sat there in his underpants last night.
So was I.
Nude today was.
What, you were
On
sat
a
with
said
Gary
so.
with your underpants?
Yeah, I sat there with my underpants last night.
With Gary?
I don't know whether I was with Gary wearing my underpants because I don't want to
Anyway,
say.
carry on with the chat.
Darren Masters, hi all. Sean
Hey,
White,
Darren.
evening everyone from Sean White. Dwight at North Star. How's the heat wave in the UK? Now one coming up Midwest in the USA.
It's warm, mate. For the
Yeah,
UK, it's very, very warm.
Mm.
It's a bit cooler tonight, but it's still warm in here.
Mm.
And yes, it's a little bit unbearable.
Warm. Brian Windmill, evening everybody.
I
Darren
think Brian's got some sort of chest infection because he's not shouting tonight, is he? It's not.
Oh, he's a bit calmer, isn't he?
His name's always shouting. He likes to pronounce himself everywhere he goes. Darren Master says the clouds of Mordor are creeping across the skies in West London.
I've no
Really?
idea what that means.
Oh, it's been raining while I've been in there. Didn't realise. Oh, it's been a bit raining.
Ooh.
It's a little bit damp.
Does anyone speak Spanish? I heard a message of somebody in Spanish. Hola, sig disponible.
No
Just
idea.
German.
Disponible.
I love you, Paul. That's what that means.
Should I send back no ablette anglaise?
Lunch
One,
too.
two.
Chateauneuf de Pape. I'll send back Chateauneuf de Pape.
No bite, no watch.
All right, calm down, Norman. Ruining it now.
So bad.
Andrew Casey is there saying, hi, gang. Hope everyone is well.
Hey, Andy.
Hi, Andy.
Good evening, all.
Andy.
Hello, mate.
Harry's saying it's thunder and rain here in gloomy County Durham.
Just started here.
Mike Tyler,
Ooh.
evening all. Hope you're all well and safe.
Hello, Mike.
Evening all from Stuart and Hamika. David Ball's just saying evening to Paul because he doesn't like the rest of us. But
Well, I am the star.
Well, you are the star.
I am the star.
There's also something else, but someone said I think earlier. One
Yeah,
like that.
but we say it all the time. I'm a complete see you next Tuesday.
Yeah. Stephen McKay, evening all. Kieran's there saying howdy.
Hey, Kieran.
Roger Cox. Hi, everybody. Patrick McGeever, evening. Harry Marwick saying hi to Paul.
Oh, Harry.
Paul's getting a lot of love tonight.
I always get a lot of love.
They do.
I think I called a dick earlier, though.
Well, he's as bad
Well,
as
he didn't technically call me a dick. It was skirted around the issue, and we shook hands and moved on. So at least something good came out of it. Anyway.
Is this why you shook his hand while you kicked him up the arse?
Well, I already threw him off, and then he messaged me, and I said, "Okay, let's draw a line under it, and we'll move on." So he was sincere. Oh, Dan's trying to get in. He was being sincere anyway. So
that's nice, isn't it?
that's hello. That message in Spanish was, "Hello, is it still available?"
What? Is what still available?
I have absolutely no idea.
He wants you. Steve Parker, everyone. Jeff Light, good evening, guys. The original snail, saying hi, Paul.
Hey, is he in the chat? Is he?
Yeah.
There we go.
Hi, man.
Yeah, he's just saying hello to me again, so you know it's a star.
Yeah. John Howe, good evening to everyone. Claire's there saying hi, everyone.
Oh, Claire.
Claire.
Ward, good evening, fellas. Hope you're all gravy.
Hey.
Okay.
Paul's out of sync. You know, he played in that band, but okay, thanks. Running.
Hang on, let me just watch the feed live.
John Howe, good evening to everyone. Claire's there saying hi to Paul.
Oh, Harry.
Nah,
it's fine for me. Brian, what's for your Tinder web?
Press reset, Brian.
Yeah, give it a rewind.
Rudiger Adams, evening all.
Such a good name.
It's a good name.
Not as good as Warwick, but anyway.
He's trying to read.
Yo, dudes, miss you guys. Hope to get in a hangout soon. I haven't seen you for ages, Adam.
Yeah.
Oh, and he's there saying, "Oh, good. Looks like Luke didn't get tased. Yeah, he's made it through the day.
Not yet. Not yet. The day's not over.
Yeah.
It's early yet.
So much more to come. Just jumped to me then. Yeah. Luke was saying struggling picking parts up with these moist fingers because of the weather. Okay.
Oh.
Oh, right.
Well, what you need to do is get some pickup pencils.
Yeah.
Or just wash your hands.
Try Flora.
Dirty fingers. Dirty boy.
The kitchen towel works as well.
All your shorts, your shirt. Like that. Daniel Croak, good evening, everyone. A big crowd tonight. Brian said he just refreshed all. But Tony Davey, evening all.
Hello, Tony.
Goda. Hi all. That's on before. Roger Cox. I painted mine with a brush. Nice, Roger.
What did he paint?
What?
Let's just. He used a brush and he painted it.
Can I just say that just for you lot, Brian Windmill's changed his name to lowercase now.
Has he really? Fair play to you, Brian.
Yeah, well done, Brian. Round of applause for Brian. Well done. All right, calm down. So he changes.
I got excited.
And then saying evening all. Tony David saying, Dan, where's the menu?
He did look a bit like a chef when you had that hat on back to front. He did. I did think that.
I wouldn't eat what he cooks. I've seen his eggs.
Have
Simon
you?
Bryan. Wrong statement on it. Simon Bryan, evening all. Hope you're all well. Yeah, Andrew Keir saying Earthworm Jim, of course it is. Yeah, Earthworm Jim takes me back hours lost playing that game from Stuart. Yeah, it was a good game that back in the day.
Very good game.
Gaz Wilcox, evening all. David Wright, evening all. Quick curry and I'll be with you.
Man, I could murder a curry. Me and Hannah are having a discussion tonight about should we get a takeaway. We've not had one for 4 months. Nothing.
That's really good. Well done.
And I'm gagging.
To be fair, and obviously we're not going to discuss the whole thing, but all the science is saying that food is safe.
Yeah, me and Hannah were talking about this tonight.
Because the virus does not like heat.
Yeah. Yeah, so we might give it a go. We'll see. We said we'll leave a couple of weeks. Let's see what happens after all this malarkey this week. If it's going to come back, there's going to be a second surge going to be over these next few weeks, and with everything that's gone on.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, but oh man, could kill for an Indian. I hope it's cold, David. I hope it's cold and soggy.
Like my day. Anyway, enough.
Yeah, moving on.
Evening. Mark Coombs, good evening, everyone. My Apex came today. Thanks, Paul. I've been using it this afternoon. It's epic. I'm blown away with it. With the Apex and the LP paints is a perfect match.
It is indeed, mate.
Very nice.
Absolutely.
Very, very good.
Richie Lamb saying good evening, guys. RW Hobbies, hello everyone. Happy Friday. Diesel do nicely. Evening all. Two Kids No Sleep says I can see the specific from here. Hello all. Steve Partridge at a local constabulary caught up with Dan. No, they haven't got his finger.
Not yet.
No,
not yet.
If we hear a bang on the door and a flashbang comes through the window, you know he's onto it.
David Ball said evening all. Not seen me as my phone line's been down. Back to normal now.
All right, okay.
Sugar Blue Driftwood. I've not seen that name before. Hey, finally made a live show. Nice to see you along.
Hello.
Master UK scale models. Evening all. Goda saying just got hold of the new Challenger 2.
Excellent. Read those instructions well and take your time.
Yari T's there saying good evening all. Brian Wilmore. Evening all from Ben White. Alan Parker. Evening, guys. A little late to the party.
Hey, Alan. Sorry, the next comment.
Yeah, what are you talking about, Daryl? Chris Pryor.
There's nothing wrong with Roger's Cox.
That's nothing wrong with mine. Thank you very much. Chris Pryor. Good evening from a very warm Devon. Good evening, guys, from Simon Reed. Yeah, Brian sorted out his name. Well done there, Brian. Ghost Flash 1208. Hello. Good evening, all from Michael van der Zwag. Good evening, greetings from the Netherlands. Oh, from the Netherlands.
Where Peter Pan's from? Tim's all confused, like, huh?
I'm going to say it took Tim a minute then, didn't it?
No, still lost.
Well, we're halfway through the year now. We're halfway through the year now. We've really gone through the 36 weeks.
Yeah.
Oh, dear. Brilliant.
Oh,
I wish everybody out there knew all our little private jokes.
Yeah.
Roger
They'd hate us even more then.
We wouldn't be on here. Roger Cox says he painted his wheels with his brush.
Man, that's hard work.
Talking of hard work. All right, Tony, evening, everyone.
It's nice to see message Tony before, making sure he was safe.
Yeah. Was he at work today? Oh, yeah, no. So, yeah, saying went on up there, didn't it? I haven't seen that.
Yeah.
Okay. Evening all from Astro Cat.
Hey, Astro. Just going to refer to David that he can really go off people. He's had his fourth or fifth curry in the last 2 weeks.
Oh, you don't want to know how many I've had.
No.
Evening all from Astro Cat. Trish had one earlier. I've got some panniers sitting there for me later on. Stuart, question, guys. What are your tips for painting armor camo freehand? I always mask and I always mask and feel like a fraud. Oh,
You should do as well. It's despicable.
yeah.
If it's hard edge, there's nothing wrong with masking, but if you're going to do freehand, thin your paint a touch more, lower your pressure a bit, go in a little bit closer, have a reference at hand so you can see what you're doing and follow. It doesn't have to be exact, but it's better to have something to look at than just going at it with, I'll do that there, because as a human, you'll never do it randomly. It'll end up as a pattern.
Yeah.
And it's always good to have a reference to do. But yeah, thin your paint more, lower your pressure, and get in a little bit closer with that airbrush, and just really nice thin paint. But you're not going to get that perfect edge in one go. You're going to have to go over it a couple of times. Just build up.
And you'll probably have to go back and touch it up a little bit.
Yeah, I was going to say, that's exactly what I was going to say. Just remember that no matter what, I've got shorts on. I think they were shorts. They might have been long trousers. Can't tell. Just remember, wherever you paint, you can always go back over it. You can start again. You can blend it back in with other colours and what have you. So
use a base colour to go back. And
it's not hard to do it all, but having a reference is always handy.
Yeah, and I think depending on your subject, the reference is important because it gives you a starting point. But bear in mind that all of these vehicles, unless you're talking about really modern armor, all of these vehicles, although they, the crews that are painting them, yes, they've got a reference and a pattern to follow, but there's always going to be slight variations, even on the real thing. So don't get too caught up in, it's got to be perfect, because there are variations in all of them. So don't just have a go and see what you think, but it's not like aircraft where they're very specific lines and colors and everything else. Armor's a bit different. There's a template, but there's variation in all of them.
Yep. And Luke, prepare to be offended when nothing was meant like that. Carry on, Tim.
Go on.
Hello, my friends. Good to see Luke. This is from Daniel Bear, by the way. Daniel Bear. Looking scruffy and rested like a nice brew.
No, rested with a nice brew.
Like a nice brew.
I'm more worried about the scruffy bit.
Scruffy? How much scruffy?
It doesn't.
Make an effort, Luke, you scruffy person.
Can you use that shape? Eh?
And to be fair, coming from Dan.
Yeah.
The man in a vest with his. Carry on.
Unless he's talking about the scruffiness of my bench here. Could be.
I don't think it is, because that's a lot neater than anything I've ever seen him working on.
I'm a lot smarter than anything I've ever seen. Anyway.
You've lied on my Dan.
Astro Cat's watching you in my Y fronts. No one's wearing your Y fronts, so I don't know how you're watching us doing that.
No, I think he means he's in his Y fronts too, watching him.
Really?
Yeah.
I haven't got any underwear on. I'm just naked from the t-shirt down.
Honestly, I've only got.
I've got to be careful. I've got to be careful to roll back. I don't run over it with my chair.
Hold the curve, sitting on one as you get sitting. Yeah. All right. Well, we're pretty much up to date with the chat there.
Excellent. Well done, Tim. Well done. Right, we're off. See you later, everyone. Bye.
That
was quick.
I've run at least 5 different words out on it in one go.
Cat.
In the hat.
It and
Meg and Mark.
Oh, Scott says it's the gangster tat likely equals scruffy.
Ooh.
Gangster tats.
Gangster tats.
What actually, Luke? Apart from
we're not allowed to see. We're not allowed to see.
Hang on, we are. Apart from maybe one of them.
Yeah.
What actually have you got tattooed? Because I've never properly looked or seen.
So on this arm.
Hang on, let me put the camera on you. Oh, that's me. Oh, I'm more important anyway. Go on, carry on.
You're the star. So on this arm here is a Trojan's helmet.
Oh, that's cool.
Oh yeah.
which is the cat badge of my old regiment.
Right.
There's praying hands on the back,
Nice.
and then it's all blended in. You've got St. Christopher on the back of my arm.
Excellent.
Now, just to point out, I'm not religious, but it's like the symbolism of it, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
So St. Christopher, because obviously I've travelled a lot and it keeps people safe when they're travelling. On the front here, you're not going to really make it out on camera, is St. Michael killing the devil here around the wrist. And that essentially is it's getting very deep. It's it's symbolic, meaning that sometimes good men have to do bad things, is what that means.
Yeah.
The ones here I can't show you on camera. This one is the all-seeing eye.
Yeah.
My missus just had that on top of her arm there.
With some kind of blood and stuff. Then on the back there, you've got a praying soldier next to the cross. Cool. And then on that bit there is a female Japanese samurai, but she's taken the mask off. So what that means is, although you might see the warrior, there's a person behind every warrior as they take that mask off. And that's what I mean. And my whole torso is covered, but I don't propose.
Oh, come on, get a t-shirt off then.
No. I look scruffy enough.
Get your boxers down, come on.
Yeah, that's what they mean.
Excellent. Yeah. My mate Nige, ex-military as well. Actually, he's a sniper. He's got a Grim Reaper on one arm and the Grim Reaper's horse, Binky, on the other. I always thought it was really cool.
Yeah.
Very, very cool. But yeah, they go cool then, mate. I've never actually asked or looked at them, to be honest.
Yeah,
I can't get my eyes off your ass, to be honest. But...
I feel the same, Paul.
Yeah, me too. What, your ass?
Oh my.
What about you, Tim? You got any tats? Got like a Hello Kitty or?
No, never got anyone. Never got one done.
I've got WoW somewhere. Well, it's W on W.
Yeah, I've never.
Slow burn of that one. Someone will get it in the end.
Trish is always. She's why don't you get one done? I'm like, yeah, but I'm too fickle. I'm like, I like one day, and then the next day I look at it and go, oh, that's shit. So,
you like model.
Now, would Tim be one of those ones where there's a typo?
Yeah,
absolutely.
I would take it down. I probably actually have to make sure they definitely do something wrong.
Or Timothy would be the sort that's going to have like a 2-inch line and then stop because it hurts too much.
Yeah.
I would like to say I've got a bit of pain threshold, but I honestly don't know.
Tim, I can handle pain. I've got a tattoo there and I've got a tattoo there.
So the word, if you're going on arms,
and that one there was supposed to go all the way up over onto my shoulder, and no.
So if you're going on the arm, that bit in there, that's painful, and elbows painful.
Well, believe it or not, that bit there, the youngest daughter, she would have been 17 at the time. I took her to a tattooist, and her and Sarah had the same tattoo on and she sat there and just looked at me, eyeballed, and filed it right out. And
elbows are bad. I've got my feet tattooed as well.
I wonder where you were going with that then.
How low is it all the way? Okay, good.
Yeah, feet are painful.
Yeah, Sarah's got
Kieran in the chat come up with Tim with a tramp stamp.
You know what I need? I need some of those under booby that under booby tattoo. That's what I need, isn't it?
No. Sam, this is a Chubby Brown joke, by the way. Sam, you should get your fingers tattooed. You could have love and hat. Oh, that's a copy of that from Chubby Brown.
Oh dear.
Oh dear, stop. I reckon Owl's going to have some tattoos somewhere, hasn't he?
Another one.
He's got like sex stud.
Yeah. No. No to both.
Luke Ward in the chat says he was a tattoo artist for a little while. Some guy came in with some pocket watches tattooed on him. both of the times his kid's birth on them. He told us the times to put. He got them both wrong. Oh no!
Oh no!
Oh, that would be me. It's this date come out. I got it wrong. Right, we go through because this lot have been chatting away.
Go on then. Go on.
Claire saying yo brew. Can't remember anyway. It's the Gangster Scraffy. Eric Graham's evening all. Crayon saying, do you mean the bottom of the t-shirt, Paul? That was in reference to.
Lecture.
Yep. Phil Beresford, evening all. Jason Martin, good evening all. Daryl saying, yeah, I'm not religious, says Luke.
I'm not.
They got some good meanings then. Very good.
It's symbolism, not religion.
Yeah. Phil Beresford was saying, what regiment were you in, Luke?
The pointy, shouty, shooting at you on.
The one with the Trojan's helmet as the cat badge. Let's leave it at that.
It's an ecumenical matter.
Yes.
It's either he doesn't want to tell you or he can't remember, and I'm going with he can't.
Oh, he'll never
He
forget
doesn't
that.
want to tell you.
And he doesn't want to tell
He
you.
will never forget that.
You'll never forget that once it's been drilled into, literally drilled into it.
What happens on tour stays on tour.
Luke was saying, I wish I had meaning for my tattoos. I just fancied them. Yeah, I think if you're going to get a tattoo, it's got to have a meaning behind it. Otherwise, you might as well just draw it on yourself with a
hang on. Right. I've got 2 tattoos. Technically, I've had 5 tattoos, but I've got 2 tattoos now because one were a big cover up, and that's just were a cover up, and there's only me with it.
You can't see that tear on your eye at all.
No, it's all that love art just on the other one for me, gangster.
All the swallow on his neck.
Anchor on his arm.
The
only one swallowed Dana's on his neck.
That anchor's somewhere else, dude.
Oh.
I'm not going to say it because I get in trouble.
No, it's not.
Steve's saying hello from Southport.
Oh, Steve.
She Lau was saying foxtail, Paul. Lol. I'm not sure. That was saying lol, wham. Tim with a good man have to do bad things sometimes. Yeah, sugar blue.
We do.
Like that one.
We do.
Crown saying Tim with a tramp stamp.
Tim, I would even pay for that for you, mate.
I'll chip in on that.
Oh yeah, thanks.
I'm definitely in for that.
Yeah, I bet you will.
We'll have a collection for that.
I'm going to say we'll message Trish and get it organised.
Yeah.
There we go. When's your birthday, Tim?
Enough times she said to me, "When do you get one?"
I think he needs one.
You know what I've seen? Do you know what sort of does put me off is when you see the slow motion of a tattoo being done. You think you're like, yeah.
How's it go? You're a bit gentle with Trish.
Stabbing away. It's like Captain Stabbing at your arm. Oh.
I had a friend when I was in the army, and he had a tattoo done of a Maori tribal sleeve.
Oh gosh!
But he had it done in the traditional Maori way.
Yeah, with the
bamboo sticks.
Yeah.
Bamboo sticks. Yeah, and ink.
I bet it looks amazing though.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I bet he'll never have another one done.
It was saying Tim would get the Empire State Building and be disappointed when when someone tells him it's the Statue of Liberty. Yeah, pretty much.
I love turkey.
Bootlaces on feet. Harry Marwick saying bootlaces on feet. That'd be painful. Steve saying, I've been told I need to lose weight and get fit, so I decided I'm going to become a Zwifter, as not allowed to ride my bike on the road. What's a Zwifter?
I've no clue.
Okay, cool.
Sexy.
What's it, Steve?
Yeah. Earlobe.
Daryl saying, how many cans of tramp juice do you feed her before marching to Tattooist?
Unconscious.
3.
Yeah. Robbie B saying, I found my back was painful. Love and hat, yeah, I liking that one. Al's got this way up. What's this for David Ball saying there? David Ball was in Sainsbury's the other day. Two girls were talking. One asked, "I wonder what what's a chap with a 2-foot thingy has breakfast." I just said I had some toast. Oh, that's a bad joke, David. But
I'd let you read that then. I'd already seen that, but I thought it'd be funny if you read it.
Kieran saying exactly. Paul was referring to a comment you made a few moments ago about your chair. Never mind. Never mind. Had to be there. Yeah.
Okay.
If you have to explain the joke, Kieran, it's not funny.
Yes.
Yeah.
Tim has to explain most of his.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right over the years. Howard Laird saying, greeting people. How are you all?
Hey, mate.
Not bad, Howard.
Hello, mate.
What? Luke was saying, I've got the words tea and biscuits covering my knee. Don't need a meaning, mun. What? That's very random. It's Wimble saying, is it true that Meng have bought Wingnuts kits as they are doing the Red Baron kit? No. What we found out so far is Meng were producing the Red Baron kit for Wingnut Wings. So I take it they've got all of the stuff and they want to get their money back on it. So they've decided to start selling.
I think if you think about it, and there's been a lot of discussion, hasn't there, around the internet and the forums, and for Meng to bring out a completely new tooling, that's years of development, isn't it, for any model?
Yeah.
Now Wingnut Wings have already said they're not going to sell their molds. They've just shut up shop. So Meng have obviously been producing that kit on behalf of, and now all they've really had to do is sort the box art out. The kit's already molded. It's gone into the production process and everything else. It's not that they've either bought it off Wingnut Wings or they bought the molds or whatever, because it wouldn't be out so quickly. In my opinion. Obviously.
Yeah. I hope what we haven't been told yet is, was Meng producing all of Wingnut's kits, or was it only the Red Baron kit that they were put in charge of producing? Because most of their kits have been you can tell they've been produced in pretty much the same place. So if Meng have been producing all of them, they'll have all of the molds. So you never know. We might start seeing a resurgence of all the kits that went out of production. You never know.
Wonder what price point Meng are going to put it out then.
Well, they're saying we're looking at about 65 to 70 quid for that Red Baron, which is spot on what Meng would have been, Wingnuts would have been selling it for. And the good thing about Meng is it won't sell out in a couple of days.
Yeah.
It's not something you need to rush out and buy. You know, they're going to be there and they'll turn up. So.
Yeah, they'll all sell out straight away.
Yeah, they will all sell out straight away, yeah. Yeah, believe me. Tim should get a tattoo of Waldo climbing out of the top of the crack of his bum. From Daniel Blair. Thank you, Dan. You pick mine, I'll pick yours.
You can have the Sweating Dwarf come out of his.
And Snow White.
Yeah.
Okay. Joseph's there saying, hello, everyone. Hope you're all well. I ordered a couple of things from Spot Model on Monday morning and it arrived the next day. They sent it from just down the road, Malaga in Spain.
Excellent.
Yeah, they are very good with their deliveries. It isn't cheap. Their prices are really going up, but
arm and a leg.
Yeah, but they do get sent out very well and in very good quick time.
Speaking of which, I'm just going to plug umpretail.com.
Do it.
Because we need to, and James needs new shoes. I'm joking. I got stuff to buy. Anyway. So yeah, go to umpretail.com and get all your modelling goods over there. We've got all sorts in stock. Just had a Mr. Hobby restock as well. And a Tamiya restock's due in imminently. And obviously check out the forum in Tesla Scale Modeler, Facebook page and forum. My Paul ISM page, this channel you're on now, make sure you sub to it. And check out the Live the Bench page off the Hangout group. Check out Luke's page and channel. Well, sorry, channel.
Channel, page
yeah,
gone.
Yeah, Black Rifle Model Works. And that's it, I think.
Cool. The correct right going on there. Daryl's saying, haha, a tat of Garfield creeping through ginger bum hair.
Cool. Whatever turns you on, Daryl.
Yeah. I like this one. Phil Bradsford. My mate Bob has a camel on his big toe.
Brilliant.
That's quite good, actually.
Oh, you can see that. No.
Yeah. Willie Mack saying, hi, lads. Good to see you're all in high spirits and a good festival tonight. Yeah,
Mate.
not too bad at all. Okay. Steve saying Zwift is an online cycling app to use with the turbo trainer. Due to my medical condition, not allowed to cycle on the roads. It's nothing to do with you being on that list, then, Steve. Well, good to know. Yellow Cakes saying troglodytes. What's that?
Hello, Joe.
Hello, mate.
Goda saying I picked up the FE kit for the Challenger 2. Any tips on building that bar armor?
I think he means PE. Good luck. Good luck. Don't bother using it.
Yeah, don't get that plastic. It sounds like a better idea.
Yeah, you're gonna really struggle, mate.
If you manage to do that, fair play to you. Put pictures over on ISM, mate.
Yeah.
But that is not going to be an easy task.
And in the overall finish of the build, you've got to kind of weigh up whether it's worth your time, effort, and frustration.
Yeah.
Really.
Having built it, I think the plastic's perfectly fine.
Yeah.
That's my opinion, obviously. But if you get through that, mate, fair play to you. Fair play.
Yeah, it'd be good to see.
Definitely. I'm not seeing one with the bar or the PE set yet.
No.
So yeah, fair play, mate. Good luck.
Brian saying thanks, Luke. Phil saying I really wish they would re-release the Scammel Commander. Okay. The Meng deal was apparently sorted in December. Simon Brown, Steve, you can now use your turbo trainer with GTA 5. That'd be interesting.
Wow.
On the bike?
Yeah. That'd be cool.
Do a drive-by on your bike.
Yeah, on your turbo trainer.
Yeah.
John Stone's there. Good evening, one and all. Hope you're all well and enjoying the show. Model on.
Hey, John. John's in here today for a bit.
Gary Parker, hello, all from Denver, Colorado.
Hey, Gary.
Gaz Vickers, evening all.
Yo, Gaz.
Daryl saying, how big's the bunion for the camel tat on big toe to properly work? No, I think one big toe is perfectly fine. Whiskey Tango Foxtrot saying, good evening, ladies and gentlemen.
Hello.
Chief Jack there. Hi, all. Hope everyone has been keeping well.
Not bad.
And we is done for the time being on there. And as I say that, there'll be another 25 comments that appear out of nowhere.
Yeah.
Do you want what's rather poor, Tim? What's rather poor is the amount of thumbs up.
Oh, how many have we got?
Thumbs up is there?
We've got 132 watching and we've got 45 thumbs up.
Oh, come on, we need 50.
Come
on, peeps. The more you like it, the more we get promoted by YouTube.
Yep.
We get recommended then. Come on, we need at least 50. Tim, do you want to do what we've been buying?
Can do.
Oh, I forgot.
I don't think I bought anything Model Unrelated this week. I bought a watch and some car mats.
Who would have thought you'd buy a watch?
Who'd have thought that?
Jeez.
Well, actually, I bought two. Hang on. No, it might be three this week, actually. I forget. I've lost track.
Honestly, Paul's not got a problem.
No.
So do you change them every single day? Do you put a new
every day? I've got a different one on, mate. Every day.
Okay. So you haven't found you got a favourite one, and the rest of them you sit there.
Oh yeah, I have my favourites, but I force myself to wear the others.
First world problems, eh?
That's my biggest decision when I wake up in the morning. What watch should I wear? I enjoy them.
Yeah, exactly. As long as you're actually using them and enjoying them.
Yeah, all the time, mate. They all get worn. Yeah. So Tim's got to look for what everyone's been buying this week. I'm just looking through my pictures of having bought Modern Unrelated. I don't think I have.
Do you guys want to add anything before I do go over there and start adding
Oh,
anything?
pink primer. We did that last week, didn't we?
Mhm.
No, I'll put mine in next week.
I bought an airsoft pistol as well. How about that? Not modern related at all, though.
And a pale lamb trousers, Paul. Come on.
No. I'm commando.
Same here.
Swinging round.
Red pants.
Right, go on, Tim, when you're ready, bud.
Yep, doing that. Right, share the screeny. Chanel. There we go. Oh no, I don't want to do that. Right, go down. So there we go. There we got them there. Oh, let's have a look. Let's have a look what we've got down on the side today. Airedale and Wolfdale Scale Modelers Group. The Joy of Sprue. Oh, right, the picture. That's quite a nice picture. East Midlands Model Club and Show.
You're there.
Hello,
Clad 2 Modelers page. Ooh, plastic model spares and repairs. Nice. Not hugely interesting. Right, we're going to start off with Mr. Dan over there. He got himself loads more stock to fill up his shelves. And some painty stuff and some thinny stuff and some cleany stuff.
Loving the stickers done.
He's well stickered up, isn't he?
He is.
He is a sticker bomb.
Yeah.
He also got himself a little hammer. Oh, I didn't know they do a micro hammer.
Yeah.
Oh, what? Didn't know that.
Yeah. I think we can get them as well if you ever want. Just ask Lee.
Yeah. Micro hammer. I need a hammer. I like small hammers. I also like big hammers. I like hammers that are in the middle too.
I like hammers.
You also like kneecaps as well, though, Sam. Mr. Dan got himself some resin and some release film liner, more printy.
Ooh.
Terry Belding's got him some nice little paint bay, little paint racks. That's nice little, nicely set out there. Very cool. John Stone got himself some Green Stuff World. Yes, they do some really nice stuff. They got all those comedian paints and some steel grey, military green and stuff like that. Very nice. Yeah, good stuff they do. Luke Ward got himself the chain set for the 213. Daring boy, well done. Got himself a load of paints as well. Look good. And the super detail set for the 213 and some axles. Can't wait to get his build thread up in the forum. The guys there really help with the motivation mojo and tips along the way.
Wow,
Yeah.
That's nice. That's just as much of a kit as the kit is there. Dan Evans got himself some pink primer, some cement, some paint, some thinny sticks, some thinnies, and some crocodile clips, some little snaps. Clinton got himself some sprays, white, grey, and bleak. And then he got himself the Tamiya Mobile 1 SC. What's that? Lexus. Oh, cool. I like the wings on that. Very quite nice. It's cool, that. Simon Shorey, he got himself the Lancia Delta S4 and the BMW M6 and the detail up parts. Must have got that from the UMP then.
What do you think?
I think he did. He also got some of the little
nice
storage.
Modular storage.
That's the modular part wasn't coming through with brain then. It wasn't working. Some of
Being too Pacific, that's right.
That's the problem, isn't it? They're the buffer balls. What's the colour? Yeah, I think they're the buffer balls. And some tape. Wow, he went and bought 2 Apex.
Yes, he's a baller.
Yeah. The conversion sets, some stickies, some chewies, a little bit of pink, and some of the holders. Don't be rude, Luke.
Yeah, grow up, Luke.
Jeez.
I know.
Howard Laird went out and splashed the cash. He got himself the extractor upgrade from Bench Vent. Very nice. Well done. Good job. Crown got himself a load of the Azu tapes. Some mixing little trees. The Nissan R390, the Toyota Corolla WRC. Oh, Charles Stanhope's been busy here. He got himself some UMP bits. He got himself the polishing set, the Mustang, and the Corsair.
Nice.
Very nice. Very nice indeed. Mr. Beanie got himself the 148th Hellcat. Cracking little kit, that one. Very nice. Digsby James got himself the new Tamir 109. Some little tufts. And a couple of little pots of paint. What, Luke?
Grow up, Luke, for God's sake.
Oh. Steve Partridge got himself one of those very good little compressor sets.
Yeah, very nice.
Very good choice. This is a good choice. That Husky, like that.
Oh, yeah.
Very nice. Peugeot 206 and the Red Bull Racing Reynolds. Oh, another one buying 2 Apex. Splashy, splashy. Got himself some of the mix of primers, black, grey, pink, and white. Lucky you don't do a brown. You know that?
Yeah. I know exactly where you're going with that. I know. I'm not making that choice between primer colours.
Some UAP thinner and cleaner, and the lovely Ford Mustang GT4.
Such a good looking car.
Yeah, that's really good. And to finish it off, the essentials for this week was some Copperberg and a really big hole saw.
What are you sawing?
Gotta be for event.
No, that's for that's the correct size for a mid-range and a Morel setup.
Yeah.
Makes my life just a little bit easier. And I'm finding them for about £6 or £7 on Amazon at the moment, instead of like nearly 20 quid for a single one. They've got loads on their Prime. So, and they're the sizes that not everyone always wants, but I don't care. As long as it's close enough, I can either sand it out a little bit or put a little bit more leather inside it. So, yeah, good for me. Like these, like 6-7 quid instead of 20 quid. So yeah, bargains. And some Copperberg, because you always need more Copperberg. And I thought I'd finish it off with that. So there we go.
Excellent. Well done, Tim.
Nice little haul, guys. I'm going to turn off the comments so no one randomly starts trying to put stuff in there later.
What,
Stop
next week?
share.
Yeah, you have to leave it open. Al's got a question to put in there.
Wait, what? Who?
Who?
Oh, yeah, not so, yeah.
There we go. Oh, that's still warming up in here.
Yeah.
It's coming down, though. It's coming down.
What's everyone in the chat working on then?
You in a bit, Al?
Yep.
Good.
Better now.
So Steve was saying it's more the side effects of the injection I have in my neck to turn the nerves off down my right side, which makes blood flow maxed. That's all time, so it could bleed out if I get cuts. But yeah, best staying inside and staying safe there. Phil was saying, has anyone here done the Hobby Boss Dora gun? I think I'm getting it for my birthday next month.
Nice.
I think no one here has actually done it, but we know someone that's building it. Be prepared for lots of little wheels.
What's that on? Scandal Commander?
No, the Dora.
Ah, Dora.
Will you pay attention? Oh,
I was reading John's comment, you see.
don't read his comment. He's talking about Phil.
All right.
Phil's important now.
I'll just go back to sleep, sorry.
Good. Yeah, it's a Hobby Boss's Dora gun. I remember Rich saying there's just wheels. And
Yeah, he got fed up with it, didn't he?
and wheels, yeah. You got now. The other option to what you can do is, if you want to be really flash, is instead of using all of the kit wheels, what you can do is go and buy some proper railroad track wheels and then you make sure you get them as little axles. You make them fit, and then you can put them on proper railroad track, and it sits there and it rolls up and down nicely. If you really want to be a bit, there you go. That was saying, he says he feels sorry for the leap year watch. Yeah.
Ah, shit.
Just saying he got a tiny hammer so he could make his hands look really big.
Oh, Dan's got hands like shawls.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Is that for like cracking toffee? It's asked Daryl.
Could be.
Oh, Claire. Oops, I forgot to post it.
Oh.
Yeah, me too, Claire.
Oh. John's saying, who bring out the Scammell Commander? I don't know. Someone is saying they want someone to re-release it. Don't know.
Anyone I know of is IBG in it, or
Yeah, IVG models.
Yeah, I think they need to. They haven't re-released it, and the Scammell Commander one looks quite cool actually. Phil's moaning it's hot. Stop moaning, Phil.
Oh yeah, it's warm, mate. It's
Yeah,
definitely warm.
Daryl says it's too hot to paint. Yeah.
It's too hot to sit in here.
Yeah.
I'm in here for you, lot.
Oh,
Oh.
committed.
RC Scout model says MV-22 Osprey. That's a cracking play.
The Hashi kit.
I hope if it's not, it's hard work.
Yeah.
I've been trying to get hold of the Hassy kit, but not many in the UK. They're rather expensive. Phil's working on the mini. Mate?
last model I got them
I
on.
think I did check, and they were either still quite expensive for what they were still.
Now they've got a Hasegawa, I think it's 10% off this week.
I'm looking a bit.
That's nearly half.
Yeah.
Sorry, private joke.
Phil Barris is saying working on a mini art B type military omnibus. Luke Ward's working on his 213. Drew Ones just finishes a 120 scale MAK Croat.
Yeah,
RW Hobbies is on his Hasegawa F35B. Jason Martin's working on his RC211. Simon Brown's working on his MiG-21R. Sugar Blue Driftwood's working on his Fujimi Ferrari F12 Berlinetta.
Oh.
Richie Lamb just started the turret on the Rifles Chally. Simon Woods, the Hasegawa KI400. Grumpy Bew just finished the 148 Ventura. Stuart's working on the Academy Tiger 1, but thinking of starting Trumpeter Morse Carl Garrett on Railroad Transport Carrier. Jeez, that's not a small kit. Drift's working on nothing still, just really can be asked. Michael Kaminski's there saying hello. All our masters need to final matte coat on the Bandai 144 Falcon. Just cannot be bothered to use spray glue. RC Scale One says no. Phil Burris is saying they're being after the Scammell Commander for a while now. I used to drive it. Oh, okay.
Oh.
You'll find it again out there. You just got to keep your eye peeled.
Oh, I know where there is one.
Don't tell us it's in the back of your stash.
It's in Norman's loft.
It's in one of Norman's storage facilities.
I believe Dave Coley's got one in stock.
The Commander.
Scammell, yeah.
Ooh. I don't know what else to do. I ain't gonna buy anything. I've got too much.
Oh yes, I see you bidding on something, and you got outbid.
Did I?
Yeah.
Well, yeah. I wasn't bidding on that for me.
Was you not?
No.
It's a shame.
Was it? What? Was it? No, it doesn't matter. Move along quickly.
Okay.
Quickly.
Retail. You can get one for about 60 quid, can't you?
Yeah, that's about. They aren't cheap. They're quite expensive
So,
kits in there.
Pushing it up now, it's what? It's going to be at about 50 quid now, isn't it?
Yeah, it's pretty much 50 quid. This is where it gets to the point of
Yeah, it's just not worth it then. Because by the time you put your postage on, you may as well buy new.
Yeah, might as well just you're not saving a huge amount. You can just wait off till you see one that's at a rate where you're like, oh yeah, cool, I'll get that now.
Yeah, yeah. But there is a certain individual that is a nightmare, isn't there?
Yeah.
We won't talk
I
about
think he has a crush.
it.
I'm just saying.
Moving on.
It's always Dan, isn't it? Eh? He always risque is what Dan is. Risque.
You usually risk me then.
Luke's number C. Number C. Oh.
Number C. I'm number C.
Yeah.
I'll take two.
Anyway.
Oh, that's nice, Simon. Simon's sorry, I'm reading the chat, but
How dare you?
Read it.
Simon's working on the Trumpy SA2 launcher.
Oh,
Nice.
Oh yeah, £20, 28 quid at Plus model. That the Osprey. Oh gosh. Oh, even the cat can't be bothered. She's lied out on the floor, like looking at me like it's what.
We're going to be dominated.
She doesn't look like she's in the mood for that today. And plus, I'm a bit too warm already. Gets my blood going.
Careful, Dan.
Dan's laugh makes me laugh more than something he said.
That's a proper flashback to a long time ago.
How making dogs behave and a comment off Tim about dominating his cat. Which was interesting to say the least.
If you owned cats, you'd understand.
No, not really.
That's because your cat dominates you, Luke. You just don't understand it.
Oh, is that what it is? Yeah.
Yeah. He is the dominating force within your life at the moment.
Wow.
Oh gosh.
Oh, yawn, Tanner.
Oh, was that a yawn?
Tony! Stop that yawning, Tony.
I can just see Tony now swearing at his MacBook.
Yep. Start naked swearing.
Oh, he's saying, how did he know I did that?
You know when he talks, I think he doesn't understand himself as well.
Oh.
He owns a book, Tony.
Yeah.
He owns a book. It's just got his name in it. It's just...
Yes.
Oh, yeah, right enough.
Oh.
Wasn't me.
Oh,
yeah, right.
Didn't turn on most of the night.
See how easily Sam says that at any opportunity.
That wasn't me.
Wasn't me.
Wasn't me.
Look,
He says that more than Shaggy.
I'm used to saying that and not guilty, Your Honour. So I mean,
Wasn't me, Your Honour.
Wasn't me. I wasn't there.
I was 45 miles away and I have 37 witnesses.
I got expelled in primary school for starting a fight in the canteen. I wouldn't have minded, but I was at home at the time eating my lunch with my dad. I got the blame of it. I wasn't even there. Headmaster sent for me. The heap. Went down home. My dad said, what are you doing home? Got expelled. Fighting in the canteen. When? Today? How'd you work that out? My dad went up and spoke to the headmaster and I was brought back in again then after that. Mind you, I did start one about 2 weeks later.
Can't imagine you to be a troublemaker, Sam, to be honest.
No, can't imagine you being a man of violence at all.
Sam's quite handy with a shovel.
Hey, don't be saying that. I've got this good looks, I'm telling you. It's hard to keep these looks. Didn't even get a chance to change.
Oh, you did, but just cut yourself and then join.
Yeah, literally. Try to
No,
cut
no.
your ear off and then join
No,
them.
no.
It's not a cry for help. This is a.
No. I come in through the front door and waddled up the stairs. There you go, Paul.
Yeah.
I'm straight in here.
That was a bit far-fetched, really. Sam joined us a bit late, going, sorry, Moses, we're straight through the front door, ran up the stairs. I was like, the front door, I can believe they're running up the stairs. Waddled, maybe.
Waddled. I didn't fall down the first time.
Well, that's a good, yeah, that's a start.
Yeah.
The amateur stuntman. Chip.
Trying to do a back somersault.
You need a Dougie.
A what?
Dougie. This is a medical alert Peter K used to talk about.
Oh, yeah.
You go in your nan's bathroom and
Red
have
line.
a medical alert thing on the wall so the light switch.
Yep.
15 mile away doing a word search.
Yeah.
No, brilliant.
I'm sending the ambulance.
Ambulance.
Phillips blue.
Oh, not for long, only on Monday, Tuesday, and Friday.
What are you going to do with all your time off then, Luke? You got any plans?
He's going to insult the internet, Timothy.
Got loads of people to offend.
I'm going to say he's just going to insult the internet.
Yeah, you probably spend most of the time sat in here with you guys, to be fair.
No. Don't.
Every.
What
Yeah.
a quality manoeuvre that is then, Luke.
Hey?
What a quality manoeuvre that'll be.
Yeah.
It's true.
We'll just get a book here and put Luke's name on the front cover.
yeah, it's we're gonna need a bigger book. You're a cheeky monkey, no one, you know.
That's not what I'd call him.
Yeah, but you won't pretend to say it though, Sam.
Or face like a smacked ass, but.
Mounted.
My big brother you got there, you know. He got the good looks in the family.
Darryl in the chat says Luke's going to get a tattoo of St. Nicholas on his head.
St. Nicholas.
The middle of the forehead. Are there any tats you want to get, Luke, still?
Loads, mate. Loads. Yeah. Just well, I'm gonna be time rich soon, so it's time, and they're not cheap. Do you know what I mean?
You're gonna
Well,
get
you can get cheap ones, but no. So
What, you
yeah,
mean-
I want.
You mean them cheap ones that look like they've been done it shower block of cell block B?
They're the ones.
I may have had two of mine covered up. By one forearm.
Yeah, so I want to get a big Japanese piece done that covers my back completely.
Right?
And then so the same as this arm, so the sleeve that covers your whole arm.
Yeah.
I want to get both my legs done the same.
Cool. I like tattoos. I do. Some really good, tasteful tattoos out there, you know.
Yeah, none
But,
of which are on my body.
No, I've got a mate of mine who is like, he's one of these guys, super fit, runs, rides bikes, all that shit.
Yeah.
He's got a tattoo on his belly button that says "Built in Belfast."
Mhm.
He's got tattoos in his arms that say where he's been. for the
I've
last
got
20
one
years.
at the top of my leg, my right leg, which I'm not going to show on camera, obviously.
Oh.
So when I first joined the army, I used to play rugby for the army. And we went on a tour.
Hang on. I know the size of you. What were you? Ball carrier?
I used to do that at the orange juice, man.
Look, did you ever play rugby with a guy called Rick Lacey?
I know him well, Sam.
Name doesn't ring a bell, man.
No.
Quasimodo.
Sorry.
Quasimodo, all know it, yeah.
But yeah, I used to play rugby, and we went on a rugby tour, and we played the New Zealand Army rugby team.
Right.
Obviously, got our asses kicked because they're from New Zealand.
All Blacks, basically.
But they'd all got tattoos on the top of their right leg that said 100% New Zealand beef.
Oh, that's good.
Cool.
And then we all went to the tattooist, 26 of us, and got 100% pure British beef tattooed across the top of my leg.
Tim could get British lamb.
Hey?
Tim could have British lamb.
Tim shot 100% pure British chicken.
Hot dog. Hot dog.
So yeah.
So then, look, most of your tats, they have meanings to them.
Every single one of them, mate.
Yeah. A lot of the mates are covered in the sleeves down each arm, down the legs and things, you know. You say to them, what's that? You know, does that mean anything to you? I just saw it in the window, it looked good, you know. There for the rest of your day. It doesn't mean anything, you know.
All of mine means something. I've also got, which I do regret now, and I'm hoping no one will take any notice of it in the future, but across my chest, I have the words "Do not resuscitate."
Oh.
All right.
Which a lot of us that were in certain countries in the world during a certain period had tattooed across our chest because we were going to come back with bits missing. So we didn't want to come back. However, now I've come back with all my bits. I'd quite like them to have a go if I get to that stage.
Maybe get like an amendment done.
Yeah.
Yeah, get an amendment. I've changed my mind.
Yeah.
That
might be a cover up.
Or just have something tattooed underneath it. Please ignore first statement.
Yeah. Jokes.
The views of Luke are not associated with the ISM. Let's say that, okay?
Hey?
What? I don't know what you're getting. I don't know what you're getting tattooed, to be honest.
So you just randomly.
Yeah. Just cover ourselves quickly now, just in case.
Just thought he'd chime in.
Yep. Word.
What about you and Tim and your food?
What?
I can hear rustlings.
Sam.
I'm not rustling anything.
Tony.
Tony. God's sake, stop vaping.
Another tenner, Tony.
I wouldn't mind getting
I
a
didn't even know he
tattoo
could
look
sing.
on my chest.
I didn't even know Tony could sing, Norman.
Yeah, he's a baritone.
I'll wake up at 3 a.m. in the morning and get that, start laughing.
He's a baritone.
Fish.
Oh, there we go.
Trish had a bit of a bad day the other day, and she ended up having one of the people make a bit of a mess of her, and she turned around and she was covered in piss, and I had to sort of laugh at her a little bit. Just like,
Oh,
Oh, Tim, you're brilliant. Oh.
It's very funny, to be honest.
It's not
Well, Daryl's saying he can hear pork pies getting unwrapped, and it sounds like Melt and Moat. They're the best. They're the best pork pies. Melt and Moat.
Oh, no. Cheese and pickle from Morrison's.
No, you.
Yeah.
No.
Yes.
I've
Melt
got 3
Moat
packets of
pork
pork
pie.
pies in the fridge. There'll be 1 packet less tonight when I go
Well,
down.
we did have some nice snacks in our fridge, but some dipshit left the fridge door open the other day for 7 hours.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ruined
was
all
that?
our food.
You ruined Christmas, you did.
And then
Boy.
to top it off, our regular Sunday shopping, Hannah missed.
Ah.
Woke
Oh,
up,
no.
woke up at 5 a.m. with shit, I didn't do the shopping. We managed to get a last minute Tesco's order for tomorrow night at 9 p.m.
That's when ours is coming from Tesco's as well, 9 p.m.
Oh, but not have the same driver.
Quite likely.
Only might take a wee detour down to Bournemouth Beach as well, you know.
So, yeah, I wasn't best pleased with myself the other day. Moron.
These things happen, mate. Don't you worry. I've done stupid shit like that as well.
All nice ham went in the bin. Lovely hot dogs that we had.
I haven't had my tea yet.
Soft,
Could have been worse, Paul. It could have been Christmas Eve.
could have been.
Oh,
Could have been Coke and Chris, mate. You're all right.
Well, this was like Monday night. We only got the shopping on Sunday. I was annoyed.
No,
Yeah.
really.
Yeah. I like my food. You may have noticed.
no.
Carry a few extra pounds.
Like flapjacks.
No.
Don't start about flapjacks. I ate a whole flapjack the other day. Let me just tell you, they definitely work.
I know the word, mate.
Christ. I was thinking of you about 3 o'clock in the morning. If I had that little ball bee now,
I'm just dropping them off here.
certainly work. Oh.
Oh,
Don't need
gosh.
a pull through now.
Push back.
Wow. Escalated.
Hear the cat.
It's in a minute.
That cat was
Yours
down.
on.
Yeah, he's back.
You a cat, Al?
Yeah.
Al was sitting nursing it the other day, and it looked like Blofeld out of the James Bond film.
Blowjob.
Here we go.
There we go.
There he
Is
goes.
that Al stroking his cat?
Yeah.
Ah, look at Al's pussy.
Hey.
Oh, that's the cat.
What's his name?
I was going to say something there, and I would have come out totally wrong.
This one's Tazzy.
I was going to say my sister's got a PUSSY.
Oh,
She got a cat today.
What, a cat?
Yeah. But I nearly said my sister's got a.
Pussy.
yeah,
Yeah,
cat.
that would have come out totally wrong.
Yeah, definitely.
I don't know.
Wee kitten. Lovely little thing.
Right.
Al
What should we
looks
do
like
next?
sorry.
Oh, no, go on. Finish what you're saying, mate.
Al looks like some sort of low-budget Bond villain.
Yeah. As I said, and a Stavros blowjob.
Really?
Half budget.
Hello, Mr. Bond.
If I was a Bond villain, his nickname would be Short Stuff.
Wait, it's when you order a Bond villain off a Wish.
Yeah.
Better than our threesome.
5'4".
Oh, nearly cut my finger off then, you dick.
Right.
Right, do you have
Go-
any questions for the crew, Al?
Yeah, I'll just get rid of the cat.
Okay.
Listen to the gun shop. No.
Right. Hang on a sec. Let me see if I can find it.
Hey.
There we go. Okay.
Fires and tweezers out.
Yeah.
For it.
Magnifying glass, etc. Yeah. So first up is Daryl Masters saying, "Me again. I just wondered if there's any further news on potential models for Heroes auction later in the year."
October, mate. October.
Yeah, he's
I was
never been
speaking
part
about
of one.
it The other day. You're literally speaking to him about it the other day.
Yeah.
October. It was already planned for October anyway.
Yeah.
I was speaking to Malcolm the other day, and even in the meantime, if you can spare anything,
Yeah.
obviously with the state of the world and what's gone on over the last few
Yep.
months, they are really struggling. So, yeah, anything you can spare, send it to them.
Yeah, can contribute at any time.
Because
Next question from Luke Ward, he said, I wanted to ask, he says, I see the Scale Motorsport and Studio 27 carbon fiber decals used more than anything, but I never seen the Tamiya ones used. He uses the Tamiya ones and think it looks more to scale and realistic. Is there any reason most people don't like them?
Hard to get.
Never used them.
And I like the Scale Motorsport stuff. The Scale Motorsport stuff's in all different scales. I go over scale. I'm using am I using 12 on this? Can't remember now. Yeah, I'm using 12 scale on this car because if you do 24, you can't see it. So there's no point bloody using it. You can't see it, in my opinion. So yeah, that's the reason I use it. It goes down well. The Scale Motorsport. I know me and Tim have used it. It's good stuff, isn't it, Tim?
Yes, it is good stuff. It's amazingly stretchy and it survives up to quite a bit of
Abuse.
Yeah, abuse.
Are you drinking Coke, Tim?
Yeah.
Going to get blocked.
Too hot.
Okay, next one's from Darrell Masters, and he's asking to lube or not to lube your airbrush needle.
Oh,
Right.
Ah,
For and against, he's heard reasons. What's everyone's view on the needle juice?
hang on. So I was just trying to get a bit of carbon off. I don't tend to do it as much anymore. But it is beneficial to do. There's no particular reason.
I only do it if I'm storing my airbrushes and I know I'm not going to touch them for a spell. That's when I do mine, just because you don't want to pick it back up and it be hard.
yeah.
Stiff.
Is he talking about using lube on the airbrush or on the needle?
I suspect it's needle.
Mm.
Yeah, the actual words are the airbrush needle.
I wouldn't. I never have put lube on the needle. The working parts of the airbrush, if I'm... See, it's difficult because I only have Apex now, and actually needing or requiring to do a full kind of strip down clean is very, very rare because they don't need it. You can clean them really easily. But if I do get to that stage where I'm going to strip the whole thing down, then I use the Badger lube on the working parts of the airbrush, but not the needle.
Yeah.
I'll never get that far. So
I always put a little bit on the needle, and as it goes through the, so it goes onto the seal, and then I'll blast a little bit of airbrush cleaner through it, just at the end, and then make sure there's nothing sitting on it.
I used to religiously do it until I started using 2K. And 2K can be a bit finicky about other chemicals.
Ooh.
So I don't tend to do it as often anymore. Every single Apex we sell is lube, though. I sit here and do them all.
Mm-hmm.
As anyone who's ever sat here every night watching me do them.
Yep.
Lube master.
Swearing.
Yep.
But yeah, I don't tend to do it as much anymore. It's a personal preference.
Yeah.
I think I was reading the other day that somebody was saying if you're going to lube your needle, you should only do it. You should put the needle in backwards through the airbrush.
Okay.
Well, backwards as in...
Yeah, from the front to the back rather than from the back to the front.
What was the logic behind that?
No idea. Just so that it wouldn't, because if it depends on how many seals are there, whether there's one or two.
Or a beach full.
Yep. And
That was good, Tim.
said most lube make them off the first one, so it's the front one, if you like, that needs lubing. So
I thought the back one was Nick lubing.
They all should. They all might need lube at some point.
Or
It depends on your age.
yeah, I was going to say if you get a younger model of airbrush, then
Anyway, let's move on from this.
they don't need lube at all.
A young, fresh seal
Okay.
doesn't need much lube.
Okay, so I think we're done. Okay, next question is from Radiger Adams saying, I always finish off my aircraft with a coating of Alclad 2 Clear Coat Matte, ALC 313. He said he's heard of people adding the slightest drop of the base color to this in order to soften the colors slightly. Just wondering if any of you have tried this and would you suggest it? Thanks.
I've not done it on aircraft, but I've done it on armor.
Yeah, you can do it with a Tamiya buff, can't you?
Yeah.
As well. It's a bit of a
So almost the reason people do it is it almost acts as like a filter.
Yeah.
So it kind of, if you've got a stark camo scheme or a stark difference in colors, it can kind of blend it together and just give that overall finish.
Right.
But be careful. Be really careful. If you're going to do it and add it to your matte coat, yeah, be really careful because it's very easy to get it wrong. And then you ruin the whole thing. I would say rather than doing it in your matte coat, use a filter and then matte coat it rather than adding it to the matte coat. But it's trial and error. Get yourself something like a spray dummy or whatever. Try it first and get the ratios right, and then you'll be fine. But don't do it and put it straight on your finished model that you've spent 3 months building, because there is a lot of potential for error there.
Yeah, paint wheel, that's what you're after. Yep.
That's the word I was looking for, Al.
I'm not going to
Okay,
lie.
okay.
Oh, no, let's move on now. No.
Next question is from Steve Partridge, and he's asking, do any of the crew build a kit straight from the box, as in no paint, etc.?
Oh, no.
A few of his car kits have coloured bodies, so he was wondering if he would always paint them or build them as they are.
Always paint, I always do.
Yeah, never build them straight from the box.
No, never not paint the plastic. Doesn't look right, you can see it.
I think the only kit I've ever built straight from a box with no paint or anything was a Metal Earth kit.
Yeah.
Because that gives, you're building it as a metal kit, aren't you? You're not going to paint it. But anything else, no. Like, for example, it's going to show. So the Husky, the Meng Husky, that comes in like the sand yellow plastic color.
Yeah.
But it just wouldn't look right. It you know, you need that paint on it, and once you start to paint it, then it opens up for all your post shading, pre shading, highlights, and all that stuff. If you're just building it as the plastic, it's going to look toy-like, and there'll be no variation in that color whatsoever. So no, paint everything.
I have to say I liked Paul's tank the other week, where he just built it up prior to painting it.
Yeah, absolutely.
And you could see all the PE in that. It was that looked really nice. Yeah.
What was it about 4 years ago, Paul? 5 years ago, where you built that Tiger with all the PE on it?
And the rest, that was about 7 years ago.
Yeah, so there you go.
AT, yeah. God, that's 7 years ago.
But because of the way that looked with all the PE on it,
yeah,
you could absolutely just leave that, I think, as a display piece, because it looked awesome before anything went on it.
Yeah, absolutely.
But I think what he's talking about is if the kit plastic is the color.
Oh yeah, of course, yeah.
Then no.
Okay. And the last question is from Steve Partridge again. Are there any kit manufacturers you would stay clear of?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are there some that are just plain terrible?
Italy,
Mac 2.
I avoid a lot of rebels unless I look into them.
Yeah.
But you gotta pick your fight with all of them, because even Tammy's made some dogs.
Yeah.
Azua.
Not Harrier. No, that.
Think with Talieri, for example, yeah, most of them avoid, but they do the odd gem.
Yeah.
So the gun truck that I built, really nice kit. Some of their helicopters are really good. But I think you've got to judge it all on, look on the internet, look at the reviews, look at people that have built whatever it is, rather than a blanket ban on a manufacturer. You know, you look at Airfix, for example, most of their stuff is bad, but they do the odd kit that's brilliant.
Oh, I can feel the hatred. I can feel the hatred brewing around the world. How dare
You said what? You know, like Paul said, Tamir, you know, most of their stuff is flawless, but they have got the odd one or two that, yeah, not good. So you've got to do your research, I think, before you commit to spending your money.
Because Interlayer released a lot of Dragon stock as well.
Yeah.
Check on the box, because you can find a lot of Dragon stuff very cheaply in the Interlayer box.
The Talieri do a Formula 1 Alfa Romeo 112 scale. I would love to build that kit, but it's a Talieri. You know what I mean? You know, when you're spending that kind of money, you're saying to yourself,
those big kits of theirs aren't cheap as well, and they're not very good. Well, not that they're not very good. They're just some bits are good, and then some bits are bad, and you get a very mixed bag of what you get in there.
Yeah.
Most of the times they're old Protar kits, Reeboks a lot of the times for their car kits.
Yeah, but as I say, and people are saying in the chat as well, some of their helicopter kits are really good.
Yeah, the Wessex especially.
Wessex
kits are superb.
They're which one did I build a few years ago? It's their 72nd scale
Seahawk.
No, it wasn't this. Was it the Seahawk?
SH-60?
No, it was the other one. It was the one that's used by the US Coast Guard.
Oh, the Jayhawk.
Jayhawk, yeah. That's a really nice kit, even in 72nd. And they also do a 48th kit, which I've got, which is beautiful. It's a really good kit. So yeah, so you know, you gotta judge it on the kit.
Yeah.
With the knowledge that some manufacturers are generally better than others.
At the end of the day, it's the only one, you know.
Yeah. You buy a Meng armor kit, generally you know it's going to be a good kit. Tacon. You buy a Tacon kit, most of them are good, but there are some ones that aren't good.
Yeah.
So you've got to kind of do your research, I think.
Okay, and that's all the questions for this week.
Cheers out.
I gotta say, Dan, it's a cracking video in the chat.
Oh God, do I want to?
Oh no. Huh?
I didn't even look.
Oh, I would.
I subscribed to.
Oh, I'd look at that one. I'd look at that one. Let's get the volume down. Oh, it's not too bad, actually, the volume will be fine. Actually, no, because it's music. Don't play that.
Norm, we got the little ones this weekend?
Yeah, but we've got
Al's popping down there.
Hey, what? Who?
Yeah.
we've got Leon and Sarah's yesterday. Paige is coming over tomorrow.
Excellent.
Leon and Sarah go back on Sunday, and Paige is going back on Monday. So give them a bit of a break so that they're not in each other's pockets, so to speak.
Well, I'm getting cuddles tomorrow.
Oh yeah, yeah.
And Sunday.
How much does that cost you?
30 quid. Promised a good time.
How are Mr. McCord?
Yeah, my mate Luke sent me.
Anyway, moving on quickly.
I'm moving Luke up to level B. All right.
Oh,
You're taking my place, Luke. Thanks.
I get to see my granddaughter tomorrow. That's what I mean.
We're done with the questions, Al. Is that it?
Yeah, that's it. All finished.
Excellent. What have we got to do? We've got a prize draw to do and Dan.
I'm going to do Dan, have we?
I'm about to say his wife can do that. Jeez.
I'm not doing Dan.
Too risky.
You've already been done this week, mate. You're all right.
Who's doing what
Hey,
tonight?
thanks for that.
Apparently someone said, yeah, I don't know.
Thanks for inviting me, Norm. I used to like you, Norm.
Don't lie.
No, you didn't.
My big bro.
What a fib.
Yeah, cool.
I
So
don't
you
think
can tell Norm Tony loves him.
Yeah, I'm sure he does, really.
I think he does. Al, do you know if we got forecast any storms tonight?
Just have a look for you.
just had bit of a one here about 20 minutes ago.
Apparently with thunder and lightning storms last night, but I was snoring my brains out. I don't. The skies got really dark.
Not the sun going down.
I suppose there'll be a few throughout the night, but it's still going to be clammy and yucky. And
Yeah, not for you, Sam,
Good,
but
good.
I'll just quickly share this. There you go. There's a band
Rain.
northwest to southeast.
Brass or rubber?
Ah, da, 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 da.
Yeah,
So
we're
you're
getting a lot of rain tonight. And
Yeah,
tomorrow.
you're okay in Belfast.
Oh, excellent.
Tony
like-
looks to be pretty bad.
Yeah, he looks fucking done.
Everybody else is just on the
we're getting it now, so it's just passing through.
yeah, just coming up there. So there you go.
Just I get frightened when there's thunder and lightning, you know.
Yeah.
Don't like loud noises. I'm really joking.
Yeah. That's it. So yeah, I'll be fine.
What about with your own thunder, Sam? You're right.
Yeah,
Well, there is that, Tim. Just everybody else doesn't like it. You can ask Heather.
What's that Steve's on about? You keep talking about blocking Zoom.
What?
In chat, Steve says the UK are talking about blocking Zoom because sending information back to China.
Well, to be fair, there ain't much info that we're sharing that the Chinese are going to be interested in. I think we'll be all right.
Yeah, some good combos, isn't it?
Well, you never know. Luke did have that ending.
You'll be thinking of military experts.
I'm not laughing at it. I'm not laughing at it. I'm not getting involved. Nothing to do with
No, no one's talking about anything to do with that malarkey.
And no, don't be breaking inside of
Right then, should we do our giveaway?
Give it away now.
Oh, yeah.
You got your timing on.
Yeah, I'll just enlarge.
Does anyone else anyone actually do the random number generator? Because I'm just battling with a bit of
Yeah,
card.
I'll do it. Don't worry.
Here's Tim.
Oh, look, where's it?
So we're going to do our random number giveaway. Going to give you 5 minutes.
Random number giveaway.
Yeah, you get the number, you win it.
Hey.
So we've got a random generator giveaway to do. So you want a generator? We get to pick it. It could be Makita. Other breeds of dog are available. Anyway, we're still about now.
We're giving away some money, Paul.
We're giving away a £20 UMP gift voucher. That's the word I'm looking for. So all you got to do is wait for Tim to post in the chat. Start numbers now. Pick one number, 1 to 1,000. After the 5 minutes are up, Tim will do a live random number generator, and the closest person to that number wins a £20 UMP gift voucher to spend on our website.
Is that actually true? Is it?
What website might that be, Paul?
That would be www.umpretail.com.
Excellent.
Yes, I believe it is, Norm.
Right.
Very nice place.
When you're ready, Tim.
Go for it.
And we will begin in 3, 2, 1. Start your numbers.
And 1. You've won a tease.
Neil, you'll need to put your number back in. You were a bit early, mate.
Your numbers? What numbers?
It's not the first time he's heard that.
You're a bit premature.
Yeah, premature enumeration.
Here, Paul. I was looking around at cars the other night. So I was looking at was like BMW 5 Series of 2000 era. It's like the 540s.
Oh, they're awesome.
Oh, such a nice car.
Yeah, with that big single exhaust out the back.
No, the 540 is the twin. It's a V8.
No,
the 530
should be a single on the 540.
No,
Honestly, should be a single.
I thought 540 had a double.
Pretty sure, mate. I'm about 95% sure it's a big single exhaust. And because I always wanted one of them. That's a money pit right there.
Yeah.
One side, two little ones.
That's what we were talking about when it's him.
Yeah, they do. Yeah,
The amount of money you're gonna have to spend constantly. It's not like a one-off thing.
When I was looking into it, they all said make sure you got $1,000 in your bank, just sat there waiting.
Yeah.
For anything that needs repairing, and they said you probably do that once a month.
Yeah.
Serious
Well,
money.
It's a big, heavy, powerful car, and it's old. So it's going to go through bushes, suspension parts, tires, anything that has to handle all that power and weight. A lot. And then obviously you've got your normal BMW 5 Series gremlins that LCD displays will start to go, seats will stop working. Engine oil leaks because that 4.4 does develop oil leaks.
Yeah.
I was looking at 840s today, Tim.
Oh,
they're so good, aren't they?
Yeah.
But again, money pit.
Yep, absolute money pit.
I think if you can keep them as a car you use like once at the weekend and just sort of when you want to just sort of go somewhere special and you just have it as a bit of a special car now and again, they will last. When you do a little bit of work, they'll last you a long time. When you use it as an everyday car, they die.
There's a guy on YouTube, I think it's M. I'll have to look at his name. M something, maybe Restorations. And he buys older Beamers.
Oh, yeah.
And gets them back up to standard.
Oh, cool.
I think he's German. He might be German. And he buys some nice cars.
Yeah, the 540s, some are a single round, and then some are two small ones. It's
at the factory, it was a single round.
Yeah, there must be an aftermarket.
Yeah, 100% at the factory.
It's only the M that then has a twin.
Yeah.
They're such a nice looking car.
Oh yeah.
They were one of the nicest 5s.
My dad had a 520 of that, and it was beautiful.
Nice.
Tan leather interior.
Yeah.
Absolutely lovely.
I found the Alpine. I found there's the low spec Alpina up there for sale, which wasn't too badly priced, and then they had the high spec Alpina, which was really expensive.
Yeah, they ain't gonna be cheap.
Oh, cool cars. I was like, that's quite cool.
Very.
But yeah, they are. If you're lucky, if you get a really good one, you won't have to spend a huge amount on it. But if it starts going wrong,
Roger's in the chat asking where to get the random numbers from.
I'll go outside.
Well, we've allocated you 29. I'll wait for that for you. That comes up now. Yeah, just pick your own number, Roger, but just try and make sure it hasn't already been used. You could always use your own random number generator to pick your own number.
That's not a bad idea.
30 seconds, though, because you've got 30 seconds.
Luke says you need to pick your own Roger. Well.
Oh.
Pick your own Roger.
Yeah. Trish.
You Trish coming in? What?
Nothing.
Tim starts to panic.
And we're getting close. We're getting the countdown in 3, 2, 1. Ding-a-ling-a-ling-a-ling-a-ling-a-ling-a-ling-a-ling.
Nothing wrong with ding-a-ling.
Or Rich just squeezed in then. If I hadn't hit that a few seconds earlier, you would have been in.
Wow.
Rich didn't make it.
Yeah.
And again, Claire, why are you leaving us on last second all the time?
I know.
Crazy people. Crazy.
There we go. Right, these boys will not check it yet because Tim's going to pick it. Hang on. Getting ahead of myself.
I'm in.
Tim's going to give you all the spiel over the build, over the giveaway. Over to you, Tim.
So we've asked you lot to pick your random numbers, and you've all done that. So I've now got the generator here on my screen, and it shows number 7. I didn't put that there; that was already there, and it's going to be 1 to 1,000. Now we are going to draw the number, and it will only be one number drawn. That number will be the number that will be the winning number, and we will decide who. Hang on, wait a minute. We will decide who the winner is, not you lot. So the rest of you keep your traps shut. We are the people that decide who is the winner here, all right?
Well,
all right? At some point, I will then announce who that winner is.
Can I just step in here for a minute? What Tim's trying to say is he's going to click the button once and that'll be the winning number. If 2 people have the same number, the first person that picked it wins. And please don't shout out in the chat if you know who's won because we have had the wrong name. Not that we, the people, are going to pick a number and the people will ecumenical spiders.
I sure remember. I'll blab away through this. And
No. It was fine. It was smooth. It was smooth, Tim.
You're a Jim.
At some point,
It was painful.
I think you eventually got around to what you were trying to say.
I think it's the heat's getting to me.
Yeah, I get the gist.
It's the heat.
Yeah. Anyway, I'm going to press the number now. And we're going to see who's the winner. Number 97.
That's what you should have led with.
Okay, number 97 is the winner. So we will now work out who that person is.
I love letting Tim do that bit.
I have to write it down one day and try to remember.
It's like instilled in my brain from doing it for years. Tim just gets all flabbergasted.
Starts I'm trying to remember your bit.
Tim's like one step away from starting to shout the Lord's Prayer.
Oh, dear.
Everyone went to a CB school. That's instilled in your brain forever as well.
Before else fails, Lord's Prayer.
Our Father.
I'm not allowed to say it because I might burst into flames.
Yeah.
I can still hear it in my head going through right now as you said that, Paul. You know that. I can hear it now.
Lord's Prayer.
Yeah, I can hear it going. Yeah, you just that start. You know, yeah, it's still there.
Yeah, we had that in school as well. Well, when they let us go.
Oh, hang on. Let's do that. Let's do that. I need this.
Matt D's in the chat like, what? How many times can you say the word number? Quite a lot.
It depends if your name's Timothy Ivards.
Yep, that's a challenge to Tim.
I'll tell you what, though, at least he tries.
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely.
Like you shower bastards.
First plate.
Ignore them.
Tim, you're our hero.
Sam's right. The rest of them are a bunch of shit houses.
Oh,
So, interesting information. Luke's mother's name is Trisha.
She's not.
She wants you to be.
it's just in the look.
Daryl's saying Roger, not Todger Tim. Oh, okay, good to know. Harry's saying that I said stop, but the counter's still going. It's called time delay. Time delay, Harry. Yeah, 12
Yeah,
seconds.
20-second delay.
Yeah. Word for word, Andy said. See, I knew I got it right. Can I repeat that? No.
Wait till next week when he has to do it again.
Oh yeah, I think can do that full start.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think
Harry said
that's got to be a feature.
Harry said take it to VAR. Good idea. Disclaimer alert. Yeah. The winner may not be the winner who does not know the number. Matt D's there saying, what up from hot space, coast of Florida, temps at 35 degrees there.
Oh, no, you can keep that.
To be that in here.
Yeah. So we're all
Not
all-
far
yeah.
off that.
Hey, what?
It's not far off that in here.
Not feeling like it, isn't it? Right. So we have decided. We picked the number. We have decided. So tonight, giving away the £20 UMP gift voucher. You lot put your numbers in, and we drew a number. And the number we drew was 97. The number that was closest to that number of the winning number would be the number that Rob B picked, which was the number of. Hey, Rob B picked 104. It's closest.
Rob B or Robbie B, because there's a Rob B and a Robbie B.
Oh, I'm sorry, Robbie B. Sorry, I don't get that wrong.
Yeah, we got another Rob B as well. You see.
Too many Robbies in the place.
Yeah.
Sorry, Robbie B picks his 104, and he is the winner tonight with that
Well done,
number.
Robbie. Excellent, mate. All you got to do in the description of this video is an email address. It's ishemprizeclaim@gmail.com. Should let Tim read that bit as well. That'd be funny. Don't remember that email address. Even I struggle.
You can send Paul a personal email. Let him know that you are the winner with your number.
Send me an email at ishemprizeclaim@gmail.com with your email address you've used on the UMP account. If you don't have one, please make one. And make sure you click allow marketing so we can give you the voucher that way. And I'll show you out a £20 UMP gift voucher.
Include your number that you won with.
Yeah, make sure your numbers and your number are numbered. And away you go. We've still got Dan to go for all the work on the Facebook page and forum. And the winner of that, most voted for by you guys and girls out there,
all numbers,
will win a £10 UMP gift voucher. So nice and simple.
And the privilege of being a winner.
Yeah, winner.
And just to say, there's 122 watching and 84 likes. So come on, people.
Go on, stick it up.
There's 38. Well, we got 2 dislikes, so there's 36.
Oh, hey.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
Well, Matt, back in the chat. Hey, Matt, hope you're keeping well, mate. Haven't seen you for a while.
Yep, it's been a while since I've seen Matt.
Hope you're okay.
Haven't seen the other Matt for a while as well.
Matt at all.
Z-Bar saying, good evening, guys. After a long day, kicking back with a brew and hanging out with a bunch of modelers.
And watching us.
Yeah.
And then there's us.
Andrew Callis was the letter A. Dwight the North Star, but UK doesn't use much air conditioning. No, we're not an air conditioning type of people over here. We like to suffer and moan is what we like to do.
We're a nation of complainers.
Yeah. And we're good at it.
I'm the odd snowflake.
Odd.
Being when it's cold, being when it's warm.
Well, you're quite right. All snowflakes are quite odd. I was about to say something else. No,
you can't use that term. It's offensive.
Yeah, don't use the word odd.
Oh. Modern has said, thou shalt have a random number, no more, no less. 3 shall be the number of thou shalt count, and the number of the counting shall be 3. Oh, I quite like that film.
Well, 3 is the magic number.
Shit. That not count.
I'm glad Dan got
that. 3.
Sing it, Dan.
Matthew Burt saying bonjour, mateys.
Shattered earth to pap.
Darryl says, I counted about 10 uses of the number in that winning announcement by Tim, the number Canado.
Sounds right.
Kenobi.
Kenobi, thank you.
Canado.
That is my dyslexia.
Timmy.
That's a proper dyslexic moment. That one.
Yeah, that was a bad one, mate. You should try though, mate. Tim does struggle from time to time, but he always gives us it all.
Time to time.
Tim goes all holy hand grenade. I like that.
Tim has entertained us many times over the years with his Timisms as his own.
It's better when I don't try. That's what I notice.
Yeah, we've had Makitas, Amadeus,
Toe pokes,
Tabards.
turkeys.
Yeah, tabards.
Straight as tabards.
Not the odd toe poke here and there.
Yeah, toe pokes.
Yeah.
Lego stores.
Gigolos.
It's an eater.
Special landing craft. I mean, it's been nice stuff.
Gigolos. Gigolos was the best for me.
Frankie.
Yeah,
I
Frankie.
think the best Tim is in recent times has to be the Makita.
Makita was one of them. Although I do like the Gigolos when he meant triplets. And, the tabards of the week was brilliant. Brilliant.
I don't think we can ever forget the Makita episode though, because it nearly killed every single one in us 3 seconds.
Yeah, 3 seconds before we went live. A poor dog ripped to death by one of those big nasty dogs, a Makita.
Stop sweating.
It was a hammer drill.
Oh, Harry's saying congrats to number 97, Mr. Robbie B.
Yeah.
But I'm Robbie. Oh, model it in the shed, just stuck his thumb up. Give it a wiggle.
I was going to say, what's Sean sticking his thumb up?
Claire's saying she picked up a portable aircon a few years ago and it helps.
Is that one of those ones you sort of
Put
hang
it
out
down.
on the window? Is that one of the ones you put on the window?
What, you hang out the window?
Oh. Yeah.
You know what? I've been thinking over the past couple of days that it's been red hot. Do I need to have portable air conditioning in my cave?
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes,
you'd be good for one in there.
Weirdly, I think it might be a plus because the house that we've just put a massive scaffold around, they've got 9 air conditioning units around their property.
Wow.
Yeah. There's one straight away. Cracking.
Well, I says to the fella, what if I chucked one of them on the back of my lorry and drove away? And he went, yeah, you'll probably not get nobody to pipe it up. I says, what if I bung you a few, a couple $100 quid? He went, yeah, I don't think I can do that. Because apparently these air conditioning units are very, very expensive.
Yep.
And yeah.
Proper home. I mean, those when the ones over in the US, they're huge. They do the heating and cooling, don't they? So they do a lot of.
I know someone, Dan, that can fit you an air conditioning unit. That's what he does. That's his job.
I checked up temperature in here last night, and the door had not been opened, and it was, I think it said 31 or 32 when I posted a picture last night at about 11 o'clock at night, and it was just obscene in here. I'd have died. I've got a fan on right now, and it's blowing, well, it's turbocharging warm air to me, really.
Yeah, it's just moving hot air, isn't it?
Yeah, I've got the door open, but it's just turbocharging the warm air to me, so it's, it could be a potential upgrade for the cave, let's say.
Yeah. Well, if you decide you want a permanent fixture, let me know, buddy. I know someone that can do that for you.
Cool. It's always nice to know somebody in the know. I know a load of people, but just nobody that does air conditioning.
Having it as and you've got to pick a rooms where to get it. So you always probably most likely going to go sort of bedroom in it. At least you can have a good night's sleep and a nice cool environment.
Yeah, but then you do grown-up things, and then it's defeating the object.
Well, no, it cools you down nice and quick.
Wow.
Recovery.
Do grown-up things.
Yeah.
Like modelling.
Yeah, like reading a book.
Reading a book.
getting undressed.
I've decided to start on War and Peace. It's a very grown-up thing, and I'm going to enhance my literature knowledge.
I could have said Grumpfest.
Moaning again. Right, down for the chat. Luke was saying yes. As Sean said, Sean Locke said, British people like two things: queues and moaning. They do like
Very true. Very true.
Really? I've never heard a British person moan ever.
Yeah, we only like a good queue, so we can moan about it. Yeah.
Whilst in the queue.
Yeah.
For everyone else. Yeah.
Mark Ward working on my tie to Tom's Super GT.
Nice.
Yeah, picked up a portable aircon. Tony Davey, we have a fixed one called Open Window. Not bad. Claire saying, is that a tool? No, it's Dan. He's all right. Patrick Nessa saying, hi, gentlemen. What's the TAM's thoughts on the Meng Hobby Circle Cutter investment or not? I believe that is a display one reboxed. So, yes.
Yeah.
Worth getting.
Worthwhile buy. Yeah.
Yep.
Don't buy one like what I bought, though, because I didn't read the instructions. I can do car-sized wheels up to about 17 inches.
These have a tractor wheels.
Perfect for an actual tank, I think. I was tired and it was late at night, and I thought, oh, that's a bargain. Bye. Thought no more on it till 3 days later and went, I didn't order that, did I? Oh, Christ. Things you do at night time.
Grown-up things.
Grown-up things, definitely grown-up things.
So Jason Martin put a question. Do the crew follow other YouTube channels? I take it means things other than modelling on YouTube. So let's go through. I'm going to start the other way. Dan, go and pick two that you watch.
What, who, me?
Yeah.
My most favouriteest at the minute are the Hacksmith in Canada. He essentially tries to make things real. So everything from like a Marvel film, Thor's hammer is made real and he's used tungsten, blah, blah, blah. The minute is making a Predator helmet with 10 different vision things, you know, like night vision, red, all that jazz. But they're doing, young James, he thinks he's a mini Tony Stark. He wishes he got the wallet of Tony Stark, but to be fair, he started off in a small garage at his parents' house and he worked himself up to like he bought a house with a big garage for a truck, you know, because obviously in Canada, that's what most people have got, a big truck. And then he's moved on to a big facility. When I say facility, I mean like a proper big like warehouse style facility, and it's been kitted out by Digitech, I think it's called. And he's building, if you can watch on a film, he tries to make it with him and his 6 people that work for him. But there's him and Colin Firth's channel. He's off the wall, but very intelligent.
Yeah, he's great. He is.
I mean, to be fair,
what about modelling ones that you were asked?
No, he didn't ask for modelling.
I thought you said modelling in the chat.
No.
He says, good word. I've lost it now. It says, do the crew follow other YouTube channels? So he doesn't really ask. I'm going to take it as when he means other. He means not modelling.
I apologise, Dan.
See, if it were more than 2, I've got a bunch. I could reel off about 10 off the top of my head. But yeah, there's a bunch of 3D printing ones that I watch. Obviously, Adam Savage just tested. That's you know, I quite like watching that particular at the minute because he's doing some crazy things. But yeah, the Hacksmith and Colin Firth are my top 2 right now because yeah, one's making it real and Firth is
Colin's mental.
He's off the wall, that boy.
But he's very clever.
He's very clever, and for a plumber, I'll guarantee he's done very well for himself.
Luke,
so I don't really watch any other modelling because once I'm out of here in the day, I've had enough of modelling. So
I do watch modelling ones. It's just that
I watch Luke's. That's about the only one really I watch, and that's about it. Yeah, you know, I don't want to go to sleep. But I watch all sorts. There's a couple of car ones to watch.
Yeah, yeah.
I think
a
a
young
couple of knife makers.
One you need to watch, Paul, is
I've been watching Call of Duty ones lately. Shock horror.
Yeah.
A little boy loves watching them with me.
Have you ever heard of a fella called Cletus McFarlane?
Yeah.
He's a young fella in America. He's quite funny.
Right, Luke, go on. What other channels do you watch?
Non-modeling. Probably if I was going to pick two, I watch one called Vigilance Elite, which is a group of ex or retired US Special Forces guys that essentially talk about the issues in the world and how they find adjusting to civilian life and everything else. So I watch them. And then the other non-modeling one I watch the most is probably Donut Operator.
Oh yeah, I
love watching him.
And for the guys that don't know him, he's an ex-US cop that provides objective and balanced views on police shootings, essentially, in the States. Yeah, so they're probably the two I watch the most that aren't related to.
Yeah. He also has a vlog as well, a daily, well, not daily, but that's interesting to watch as well. I like that.
He does a lot of cooking, apparently. I haven't seen any of that yet, but if you need it, you can have a look at that.
But yeah.
Cool.
But Vigilance Elite is definitely worth a watch. Definitely worth it. A lot of interesting stuff on there.
The one I watch the most is a one called Speedway Archive, which is Speedway races. You know, like retro Speedway from my era sort of thing. The guys used to race with and all that are normally on there.
Did you play piano music?
1892?
1880s, yeah, 1892.
Horse drawn?
What was the rating of Benny Farr then?
We're far-fetched now, Dan. You're ruining it now.
Just run around with a wheel and a stick.
Wheel and a what? Oh,
a wheel and a stick. And the other one I normally watch is I like to keep up with cycling trends, what's going on, and like bike buildings and stuff like that. So I normally watch a fair few of them. So that's basically it. Yeah, other than modeling, not really a great deal.
Al, what do you watch?
Well, interestingly enough, there's a couple of channels on science type part of it. One of them is called Simon Dan, the other one's called Conspiracy Cats, and both of these chaps are basically teachers, school teachers, physics teachers, who go about decrying the flat Earth regime, and it's actually quite good. And the other one I do is the one called Latif's Inspired. It's all about this British Indian restaurant curry making.
Ooh,
so he tells you or shows you how to make curries like you get in the Indian restaurants in the UK.
Nice.
Wow, I nearly said something very untoward there.
Yeah, let's move on. Who's next?
Yeah, not bad. Hey, you Paul next. Well, I think you've done yours, haven't you?
Yeah, Donut Operator. I found Donut about a year ago now, maybe. Just start watching his videos. Must watch every single one on his channel now.
Yeah.
As Luke says, he gives a non-biased, fact-based look at what's happened, where there's outcry because someone's been shot or something's happened. Some of it's pretty serious. Some of it's a bit comedic. I like the guy. I think it's the people that often make the channels.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You can have a really interesting channel and the person doing it's just boring as hell.
Yeah, that's my problem.
I watch so many different ones. I can't just name two. Right, there's two more I'm going to name only because I've kind of gone off one to watch the other. There's called Salvage Rebuilds. Really nice Southern guy. buys like accident damaged cars, does them up, moves them on. But again, it's him, really interesting guy to watch. I used to wait for them, but at the minute, because I got back into the game a little bit, I'm watching a lot of Stone Mountain 64. Again, really interesting guy, interesting videos, talented game player as well. And that's it. I got loads I watch. My subscription feed, you wouldn't think it was me looking at it. You're like, what the hell? There's all sorts on there, just totally random. Because Lee's on the same channel, because we share the channel. Lee sees everything I watch. And he must look at it thinking, what the hell? It's just anything and everything I'll sit there and watch. It's very strange. But I used to watch Scale Modeling channel with Tom, but I've gone off for a little bit. The videos are too samey. I don't mean that as an offense, because obviously he's got his system of doing it, but it's just the same thing over and over again. And it just, I got bored of it.
That was like that we Paul buzzed it.
Yeah.
However he pronounced his name, I used to love watching it, because he were so precise and you know what I mean? He explained everything really well, but he put me to sleep on many an occasion.
Yeah, but again, Adam Savage, fantastic, really interesting guy.
Yep. Oh, I like the ADHD-ness of him, where he makes a mistake and you can see him stamp his foot and, especially at the minute we him doing all his own filming and everything's caught and he's not editing it out as like he used to. Do you know what I mean? He's leaving it all in and but I mean, there must be 50.
I got so many. I could sit here I could reel them off all night.
Yeah, I'm gonna say I'll flick through when I go to bed. I bet I'll flick through 50 or 60 YouTube channels before I figure out that I'm gonna watch them on telly. Because I've got that much things on YouTube to watch. It's sort of, you watch 5 minutes or 10 minutes of everything, and then you put telly on, and then you go to sleep.
I've not got loads of subscriptions, but I have got everything. Just looking at my feed now from today, there's fish, computers, cars, 3D print, which is Lee's, obviously, car cleaning. There's all sorts on there. But I just
detailing.
One of the lads at work, he's starting to get into the car detailing thing, and he's just spent, I kid you not, about 1,400 quid on 3 machines for polish, for waxing and polishing, and a bunch of waxes and stuff. And I'll give the boy his dues, is proper, reading up on it and watching YouTube videos, and he's doing a really good job. He won't wash my Fiesta yet, though.
I'm ready to go to the rust.
The Fiesta speaks for itself, Dan.
Well, there is moss growing in every window. That's just for water drainage, though.
As Hannah said there in the chat, we watch more YouTube than anything else in our house. We definitely do. But watch Luke's channel. Well worth a look. Some of my stuff's all right, I guess.
Yeah, it's all right.
I've not heard nobody mention international scale modelers. See,
we're doing other stuff, you see, Dan.
Well, it wasn't specified, was it?
Oh, I thought it was. That's
well.
Weirdly, when I first got back into modeling, it were watching Paul when he were doing his e-models things.
Wow.
But that were a long, long time ago.
Oh yeah, 7+ years ago. That now.
Yeah. And then, I've always watched the technique videos from the very beginning because it's how you build your skills up. If you're watching somebody who's a lot better than you, and they're building, even if it's nothing that you're interested in, you can pick the skills up. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Even Lee, you can pick things up off of Lee.
Even Lee.
I'm not meaning that in a bad derogatory way.
You don't come across that way at all.
No, but you know what I mean. Lee's like moving away from modelling and deep into 3D printing malarkey, and he's quite a knowledgeable fellow. You know what I mean. You can message him about anything, and he pretty much will have an answer for you. And I quite like that.
So you mean he's a know-it-all?
No, I've never said he were a know-it-all. I'm saying he has an answer for you.
I think the thing is with modelling channels, we all know, we won't get into it, there's rivalry or conflict or whatever.
What Luke's basically saying, sorry Luke, is politics and bollocks.
Yeah, that's what I was getting at.
Exactly.
I was trying to be diplomatic.
I did throw me someone out the window years ago with all this crap.
But if you're watching technique videos and people that are building stuff. And a lot of these people that are into the politics and bollocks don't put anything on their channel
No.
where they're actually building stuff and showing you how they've achieved whatever.
Yeah, they'll comment on yours.
They'll just rubbish everyone else.
Yeah.
The same as people on Facebook that put negative comments against people's builds or everything else. But you won't see any of their builds ever because they don't post them.
I'm thinking
So-
YouTube, it takes a lot of time to make those videos.
Yeah, it does.
It does take up a lot of
The technique videos, people that are actually doing stuff, is absolutely worth watching. You might watch a video and look at their technique and go, I don't really want to do it that way. But you're gaining, like Dan said, you're gaining all this kind of insight into how
Yeah, even if you don't realise it, you are picking up what they're doing and applying it to it.
You're definitely learning stuff all the time. And as we all know, this hobby is so vast. There are so many genres, so many things you can do. You've got to be open to other people's way of doing stuff.
But sometimes you might not like how they've done something within the modeling. Like if they've done a technique and their result you don't like, but their technique you could see to think, oh, I could actually use that technique in a different, slightly different way to get a different outcome.
Yeah.
To make your model better. So even if you see something and think, I don't like their finished result, but you look at their techniques and you go, oh, that's a new idea. I haven't thought of using doing that. And you've got to keep your eyes open to many things. Just quickly, anyway.
We will never ever, as modelers, know everything.
Nope.
No, we will never ever.
Nah.
Always learning.
We have a set. We develop a set way of doing things, but there's always someone else that can advise you and do things differently.
Mm-hmm.
And any modeler that sits there and goes, I know everything, there's nothing anyone can teach me, they're lying to themselves, because there's always something else.
You'll find that them particular modelers, Luke, you still use Humbrol and they still use the paintbrush, and I've no use for an airbrush. I've painted for 35 years with this brush. It's got bristles and I can do everything with it.
But then those guys that are rubbish and everything else, actually, if you watch some of their stuff, you will still learn stuff from them, because they're doing stuff that was, common practice 40 years ago, maybe. But actually, you can still learn from them, whether you adopt it and use Humbrol enamel paints or whatever. But you can still learn from how they do stuff. You've just got to be open to everything.
Yeah, the technique will still be the same. It's just the products have moved on a bunch.
Yeah, and technology moves on. Paint's changed, and airbrushes have changed, and we've got compressors now and extractors, and years and years ago you were doing it off an aerosol can out the window. Things move on.
Or my mate used to do airbrushing years ago. In 80s, he were big into BMXing, like BMX tracks and stuff. And what he used to do, he had a Badger. I can't remember what it was. A very early Badger, and he used to have that connected to a car tire, to paint his BMX.
Yeah, it was a common way, that,
like you badging up at the front of your push bike, he'd airbrush all that, he'd make it look all snazzy. And he'd have like 4 car tires at a BMX meet, and everybody's looking at him going, why you got 4 car tires? Well, I'm painting my mate's bikes, and you know what I mean? And that's how he did it in the 80s, and it would like witchcraft. Do you know what I mean? When I'm used to just rattling off a bit of spray can and my name 6 foot high on somebody's fence, and we'll move along from that one. But yeah, it were like, that was the early form of airbrushing that I've ever seen. You know what I mean? With a car tire and a fat man standing on it to get them on there.
Right? And I think as a community, it is very, very important that we all try and support people that are putting content out.
Yeah.
YouTube. because it's not an easy thing to do. And like the build series I did recently, that's the first one I've ever done, and it's not an easy thing to do. But the more you do it, so it's not a plug at all. But if people watch the first couple of videos on that, it ended up 10 parts, I think. If they watch the last two, it's very different because you kind of learn as you go.
It'll evolve, mate. It will evolve.
Yeah.
But you just try and impart your limited knowledge and experience on people that are watching the video. And it takes time. Paul will know more than anyone in here. It's not an easy thing to do, to make YouTube videos and make them engaging and everything else.
If you do them regularly, you have literally got to plan ahead, not only the video, what you're doing.
Yeah.
What I'm working on from day to day is dictated by videos. So you asked me this morning what I was working on. I'm working on the alpha to get it to a stage where it's ready for the 2K, so I can put it away for a bit, so I can go to the Chally and get that finished for the next video. And that's how I work.
And it's that process, isn't it? And that time. And so it's important that we all, as a community, support people that are putting stuff out there. I think it is important.
Sadly, though, as with the world, it's full of a load of bollocks. And people with vendettas, and it's a sad thing, really. But it's one of them. And people are people at the end of the day. So there we go. But yeah, there's lots of cool stuff on YouTube. YouTube is wow, it's a rabbit hole. What makes you laugh is you'll fall asleep to some guy making a 12-inch chef's knife. You wake up to, I don't know, a Hello Kitty handbag review.
Yep.
So like, how the hell did it get to this?
Yeah.
Yeah, Justin, that's very frustrating when you lose footage. I've done that a couple of times. Accidentally delete something, or you have a thingy memory card. What's the word? Corrupted memory card. I've lost a few hours of footage that way, and there's nothing you can do. You can't go back and redo it. The last one I had was that Lambo build, where I actually had lost interest in it, and then I lost half the footage. It was like, yeah, there you go, it's done, and I've had enough. I am done. Speaking of which, there's my carbon spoiler. So there we go. Wheels are decaled. I think we are ready to go back to the Challenger tomorrow.
Great.
Yeah, boy. Which is cool. I can sit for a few days and then be 2K'd on. Where are we today? 2K that on Monday morning, I think.
Tell me, Paul, do you reformat your SD cards in the camera before you film? Yeah.
In the camera, I do it normally.
Yeah.
I was told that was the best way of doing it.
Absolutely, yeah.
I do it. I literally format them when they get full.
Right.
I'll let it get full, format it, over we go. I can't format it while it's got stuff on it. Because in 1080p, I can end up with 4 or 5 hours of footage, and you get about 8 hours on an SD card ish, 64 gig. So along with other footage and then a bench update, that will fill it, and I'll just let it fill up just in case anything gets corrupted or along the way. I just keep the footage for a little bit because I can't keep all the footage on the Mac. I'll fill it in no time. I've always formatted it on the camera.
You not consider an external hard drive to store your stuff on?
Yeah, but once it's on YouTube, it's there.
Yeah,
fine. It should be just fine. And to be honest, unless it's a technique guide, like the Subaru and the bike, they're techniques guides. They're pretty important. They'll be getting views forever on the channel. Whereas the BMW Jägermeister Beamer build, it's been watched. It'll get the occasional view now, but there's no real reference to glean from it for people. If that makes sense. One's showing people how to do everything, and this one's just showing a build.
Yeah.
So, and a review after a couple of months, that loses its kind of not appeal, but its value. And again, we'll get the odd message when somebody years down the line's bought one and looked at the review. So now I don't really bother backing any of it up. Really, I've got 3 memory cards up there. I rotate them.
Yeah.
So I'll put one to one side now, and that's like Challenger Part 2. I'll get it all uploaded, make sure it's all right, and then I'll use it when I have to. I know Lee used to keep everything, but I couldn't be bothered. And the finished video stays on the Mac home screen for a couple of weeks as well, and then gets put in the trash.
Very good.
Indeed. Dan,
Hello.
you ready for your bit, mate?
Can be.
Let's do it to it.
Let's press button.
Do it.
Yeah. Right, so we're going to hand you over to Dan. He's going to go through all your work on the Facebook page and forum. Make a note of the builds, which ones you think are your favourites, because at the end, you'll get to vote, and the build with the most votes at the end of the 5 minutes we get. Well, no, we don't give you any time now. By the time Dan's gone back through, you get to vote, and the one with the most votes at the end of that wins a £10 UP gift voucher. Should let Tim say that, because even I screwed that up. So I'm going to hand it down. Like I say, make a note of your favourite builds, and at the end you'll get to vote on one. Try and remember the kit name and the builder as well. Just makes it a bit easier for those collating the votes later on. Over to you, Dan. And I've just remembered I've not put anything up. Damn.
Oh, man.
Carry on, mate.
Hello and good evening, everybody. We're going to start on the forums always. Buongiorno. And the first one out of the gate is One Small Step 1966. Ooh. And I've been paying attention to this one over this past week because he's been getting...
This is Norman, isn't it?
Yeah, it's Norman, yeah. He says he's calling his 3D printed Soviet N1 moon rocket done. The software assembled it for the uninitiated, no glue needed, by amalgamating 3 STL 3D files of the M1, taking the best from each and adding a few bits of his own, including the base.
Uh-oh, you're breaking up a touch.
Let's say that. Breaking up a touch. Oh, no. My internet keeps dropping and all.
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah.
Uh-oh, that's not good.
Uh-oh.
Am I still there, Robert?
Oh, no. Oh, I see.
Who, what?
I'm feeding back somehow.
Am I still there, though?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. He says it's fair to say that this little model has been the toughest build ever. In order to make it, it was forced to learn and better understand 3D printing technology, as well as learn the software needed to build it. It costs a lot too. He's probably wasted around 1 litre of resin in failed prints. That's about 50 quid. Yeah, I can probably triple, maybe a bit more than that. And he can't deny it's been very frustrating at times, but looking at prototype 3, he's thinking that'll do, and it's given me immense satisfaction, which is all I can ask of this modelling hobby. But I've got to say,
that's looking good, mate. I like it.
All that.
Yeah.
But yeah, it is trial and error, this 3D printing malarkey, and yes, it is expensive if you get it wrong. And I've got a lot wrong. But you just have to grin and move along, and hopefully, you do something good and it comes out good. Mr. Two Kids No Sleep next. Scott in Canada, eh? He says, Friday comes around again. Hope everyone is safe and doing well in ISM land. Hello to all. He's working on a Hornet Thopter from Industria Mechanica. The Summer Sci-Fi Sig on the forum. I am hoping to get into that myself at some point if I can find time. It says it will be a Killer Bee theme horror Thopter. Just planning out the Dio and the bee with some red LED eyes and a spiky tail. Have a great weekend.
Different.
Yeah, it does look good. I have perused the thread on the forum either yesterday or the day before, and yes, it's doing very, very well. F27 packs next. He says, good evening, happy modelers.
Wrong chat.
Yep. He says, here is another Revell 1144th Airbus A320, this time in the livery of Strategic Airlines. The paint is, as always, A320s, and the decals are from Decals Global. 8S and his computer. As a bonus, we also have the BSD in 1144 ASW 28 glider. See what I did there? Painted mainly in Tamiya Pure White. Last week, one of you wondered how many models I've made since he started keeping count. The number is 703. Wow.
Holy crap.
Wow.
One car, an E-Type, of course, 50 armor, all but 2 French, and the rest are aircraft.
Wow.
Fair play to you, man.
Yeah, that's a fair roll for you.
Yeah, that's a lot. I like the glider though. I like that a lot. Something you don't see.
No.
Barry F1 fan next. He says, "Good evening, ISM crew and groupies." I wish. Hope we're all safe and healthy.
Oh,
Well, we're safe. Excited to be working on this F1 kit. It's a Tamiya Leighton House Siege 91B. Very much a work in progress. Having fun working on an F1 kit again. Tamiya acrylics, decanted TS sprays, and some alcohol paint slapped on. Take care, everyone. That's all. This is all I got's done.
That's nice engine workout.
good there, good start.
Yeah. Oh, Mr. One Mac next. Tangrao.
Wow.
This is his 1/48 scale Kinetic EA 6B Prowler is finished. It is primed in Ultimate Primer. Custom mix ending up in lightish grey. MRP paint. Tamiya LP 23 flat clear. Tamiya black panel line accent colour. Aftermarket decals. Blood, sweat and tears, and thanks for looking.
That's stunning, mate. Well done.
I like that, Al.
Nice. Look great when it's finished.
Yeah, it'll look better once it's took masking off for it.
You cracking job there, Al.
This is Mr. Hawkmoon next.
Oh.
And this is his 1/20th scale Mac Crow. So could have gone wrong. He's finished this one today. It's a nice build and it went together well. AK lacquers mainly used and everything else to hand with the painting. Started off with sand beige and then a light mist coat of light olive. Heavy pin wash was added last of all.
That's cool.
I see your internet's holding up there.
Oh,
That's easy for you to say twice.
Am I still here? And did everybody hear that last
Yeah,
part?
yeah, still here.
Just about.
We think of it.
But yeah, that was the last one on the forum. A bit disappointing, if I'm honest. We'll slip over onto Face Ache next. Just checking.
Make it quiet.
And the first one out the gate on Facebook is Mr. Alan Parker.
Ooh,
Oh, that's nice.
wow, cool.
And this is his Tamiya 1/12 scale Honda RA 273 1967 John Surtees.
That's cool.
He's used UMP primers black and white. Gravity Spain Honda Championship white. Tamiya LP paints, Molotov chrome for the chrome work. Gravity Spain 2K clear, sprayed through his Apex airbrush and polished with UMP polishers. Hope you all like it and thanks for looking.
Nice work, Alan.
Yeah, it does look good, that. I like that.
Yeah, it's nice up.
Yeah.
Looks really well.
This is Mr. Phil Beresford next. And this is a mini art B-type military omnibus in 1/35 scale. He's primed with UMP grey and mostly XF62 olive drab so far.
Looking good.
This is Mr. Simon Slater. This is his Revell 1/32 scale Spitfire. It's his first time painting the band before the tail.
Oh, looking well.
And I don't really care about Roman numerals.
Never.
It's a Spitfire. Once you've seen one, you've seen them all.
Oh.
I'll burn at the next air show for that. All right.
Yeah.
This is Mr. Russell McGregor next.
Bonfire's built for you.
And this is a Tamiya 1/24 scale Volkswagen 1300 BTEL. He's doing it in the style of a Herbie car. UMP primer so far, and it's his second build.
Very good.
Cool.
Lovely.
Only good beetle out there, Herbie.
This is Mr. Mike Killen next, and this is a 1/48 scale ICM PC6C. It's a Pilatus Porter.
What a cool paint.
Different, isn't it?
It's a bit nosy.
It's very nosy, isn't it?
Hmm.
Very nosy plane.
Do you know what that looks like to me? That looks like it's an air. No, not an. What do I want to say? A skydiver's plane.
Yeah.
You know
Yeah,
what skydiving is?
That is pretty much that type of. It is that type of plane. That'll be a Vietnam fly out cargo type of arrangement, or don't even land and fly out the door.
Oh, one of them smuggling ones, you mean?
It was
That'd
in,
be the one.
what do you call it? Air America.
Yeah.
So CIA, that wasn't it?
Oh,
Yeah.
that's nice.
Yeah, it's got multitude of uses. Like I say, it's used for everything these days. Still plenty of them flying as well.
What engine has it got in front? It's a big old engine.
This is Mr. Dean Armitage next. He says this week completion of his Tamiya 48 scale ME262 Clear Edition. Aries resin cockpit and lots of added wires. He's primarily UMP black and white, painted with Vallejo Model Air RLM colours. Decals applied with UMP decal solution and weather wash by UMP. As always with Tamiya, it was a fall together kit. However, it was a real treat being able to get in lots of detail without losing it when it got sealed up.
That's cool. It's the first one I've ever seen made like that.
Yeah, Don't use him done like that.
Oh,
Really.
that's cool. Well done.
Love
Dean.
that camel pattern. That is beautiful.
Camo is good, isn't it?
Yeah.
It is beautiful.
Very nice.
Very nice work, Dean.
It's going to be a tough week.
Again.
Again.
Hmm.
Come on, internet. Uh-oh. Come on, internet. There we go. Nice run.
Yeah, not yet.
Yeah.
Not yet. Not yet. Thinking about it.
Nearly. I think this heat must have melted the internet.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, the heat.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
The heat.
Yeah.
It's a bit Dalek-y.
No, not at all.
Hang on. Is that better now?
Yeah.
Yep.
It might be a long night. This is Mr. Patrick Kennedy next. He says he's just finished the Tamiya 24 scale 1989 Mazda MX-5. He's finished
Miata.
it's an MX-5.
Miata.
An MX-5.
Miata.
Definitely.
The Japanese had the Unos. They had the Americans had the Miata. We just had the MX-5. I don't think we ever had a name for it.
And he's finished it in Tamiya TS86 Pure Red with TS13 Clear. Just an old kit he had passed over many times and needed to get built. A nice 6-day relaxing Tamiya build, apparently.
Great.
6 days. Wow. I struggled to write my name in 6 days. This is Totally Scale Models. Oh, Stevie Six Toes. This is his whip. It's a Polar Light 1/350th scale Klingon Tinga class battle cruiser. The front section is nearly done. Rear section is nearly all the lights fitted. Just need to build the circuit board for the flash/fade torpedoes.
Very cool.
Good, that, Steve.
Yeah.
Really nice.
Look mint when it's being chased by a Millennium Falcon.
Yeah.
What Cylons are shooting it. Oh, I like this one. Mr. Brett Anderson is next.
That's lovely.
And he's just finished off his 48th scale Tamiya US 2.5 ton 6x6 fuel truck. He's primed in UMP black and painted in AK Real Colors olive drab and faded olive drab. And he thinks he may have gotten a bit carried away with the weathering, but had fun. Now he needs to get his head around painting the figures that came with it. Thanks, guys, and have a great show.
Well, you got weathering spot on it.
I was going to say that looks perfect to me.
Yep, something perfect.
Very nice, that, Brett. I like it.
Nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, very nice, mate. Wow, that's a monster thing, isn't it? Huge. What's that, man?
This is Mr. John Birch next. And he says he's just working on the Airfix 124 scale Hellcat. He's doing it his own way and putting his own tweets on.
Cool.
That is big.
You know, I said it looks quite manageable and it doesn't look that big.
Yeah.
I'm referring back. I'm going to come back from that statement and say, nah, that does look big, doesn't it? It does look big.
Oh my God, it's massive.
Yeah.
Yeah, just look at the cup behind it.
Yeah, yeah. Although I've got a big cave, it's not big enough to house that. Moving on to Mr. Darrell E. Masters next. He says, Bandai Falcon 144. UMP grey primer, a plethora of Vallejo greys, MIG oil brushes. He decided he wanted in flight, so working on the landing gear closed panels, then something with base for a better vignette. And thanks, Dan, for the tips. I only like to give out the tip. It does look better. I will say this, compared to the stickers / decals, always paint it. If you can paint it, paint it. It will always look better.
Yep.
Especially on a Falcon when you can weather it and chip it and fill your boots on it. But I do like what he's getting done there, if I'm honest. This is Mr. Luke Ward next. And he says he's finished his 1/12 scale 2004 YZR M1. He says a month of pretty much daily work marked the end of his furlough. He used LP50 bright red and LP70 gloss aluminium for the fairings. Pardon me. Borrowed some foam from his stepdaughter's craft set and sprayed it black for the seat foam. The fairings just about fit on. Hope you had a great weekend, a great week, and a great weekend coming.
Nice.
Very, 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 very wiry.
Very nice. Very nice.
Does look good though.
Yeah, it's coming out well, that, Luke. Very nice.
Oh dear. Smash me in the face now. Please. Come on. Internet.
Interweb. Come on, interweb.
Oh dear, I'm getting goosed. Oh, shoot me. Poke my eyes out with a spoon. Oh, is that back?
Yep.
Oh, cool. This is Mr. Chris Stover next. He says he's finished his Tamiya 35th scale Type 16. It's his 21st build of the year. Wow. He's painted it with Tamiya paint and weathered with Vallejo washers and a miscoat of Tamiya XF57 buff. just like me. Mr. Dan Edmonds is next. He says, hi, Dan. This week he's finished the interior for his 24th scale Fujimi Ferrari F12 Berlinetta. UMP primers were used along with Zero Paint's Ferrari beige. Textured black, Tamiya LP40 metallic black, Vallejo black, grey, and PE included in the kit. UMP Apex used throughout. Have a great show and a wonderful weekend, everyone. P.S. Plenty of wine was consumed during this build.
Oh,
It looks good though. I'll give Dan his dues. It does.
oh yeah.
It does do good work. It not look bad once he's finished painting it. Mr. Justin Hart is next. And this is a Bandai Earth Defense Force Patrol Cruiser. Space Battleship Yamato. Scale unspecified, apparently. Just a quick weekend throw together. UMP primer and Tamiya acrylics, and have a great weekend.
I like that.
Different, isn't it?
It's very different. It's a bit Battlestar Galactica, but not.
Yeah.
Slash with Star Trek, Star Wars, Blake 7 and all. I think there's a piece of everything in there, isn't there? Looks cool, though. Mr. Richie Lamb next. I quite like this one as well.
Nice.
He says this is his progress on his ZSU 23-4 Shilker in 35th scale by Meng. He's painted it in Tamiya acrylics through the apex. Progress has been slow as he opened the box on his Rifle Chally, and for some reason the Chally ended up staying on his bench. Have a good one, guys.
Very nice. I like that.
It's different.
Yep.
He's doing a good job on that.
Mm-hmm. Very much so. This is Mr. Robert Worth next. He says he's building some what if slat ERA armor to go. Oh, hang on, more now. I don't know. Hey, scratch building some what if slat ERA armor to go on upgraded trumpeter type 89, in which I scratch built the interior.
What it was, he had a number of pictures.
That's what
that's the
I
main
remember.
picture.
Yes, I remember now. Adam did message me, and he used his AK-47 finger and zapped a bunch, but
Yeah, and I removed them.
One picture only, peeps. Mr. Stephen McKay next. He says, hi all, a Airfix 132nd weird scale. Ford Fiesta RS WRC. He's painted it with Halford rattle cans and Humboldt's acrylic paints. Kit goes together really well. The decals are quite fragile and patience is a must with the thin lines. Deciding on a good acrylic chrome paint for hand painting so that you can finish the rest of it. And thank you.
Very nice.
Yeah, that
How
looks
are those kits, the Airfix car kits? Are they good or are they?
They're okay.
Well, that one's quite a relatively new one. And
They're not
it's,
bad.
yeah, a little bit of work may be required. Depending on what day of the week that particular kit come off at the line.
A little bit of Monaco in your life.
No.
Oh dear. Please poke me. I will pencil.
Oh, he's gone. It's surprised, but as soon as we start talking, it goes on him, doesn't it?
Should have pent him.
All right, we'll do. Luke, stop it. Shh. Yeah, shush. I mean, if we keep talking, it's just not going to work. It's going to keep crashing on him.
Yeah, so stop talking. Everyone be quiet. From now.
What now?
Now.
Oh no.
Stop talking.
God
No, go on. Go on, Dan.
Is this back? I'm back now.
You think so, yeah?
I'm trying to laugh it off.
Come on.
No, it's not.
Quick.
damn. It is.
I'm trying to laugh it off. I want
Yeah,
to
Joe.
myself.
Is that going now?
This.
Oh.
Who? What? What?
Nothing.
What?
Nothing.
What?
Nothing. Anyway,
Mr. Dean Slater Mr. Dean Slater is next. And he says this is his whip. It's a Tamiya 120th Ferrari F310B in swerving Irvine livery.
Eddie Irvine.
Yeah. Still a ways to go with the engine and suspension, not to mention clear coat of the body, which has been painted in Ultimate White Primer and Zero Paints Ferrari Red. Studio 27 carbon and detail upsets added along with flocking of the seat. He's pretty pleased with this one so far. The lockdown has finally given me time I needed to work on my skills. Just hope I can finish on a high.
Thank you.
Careful.
Are you sure that's shutting the door and not pulling it through?
Yeah, surprisingly, asking her to turn it all off and go to bed is like kicking a small puppy down the road with a bunch of animal protesters next to you. I mean,
Anyway, moving on. Hurry up, Dan.
Howard Laird next.
I wouldn't do that though.
He says it's been a while since he's posted here. He's been quite inactive lately due to his arthritic condition, giving him swollen fingers. Sorry, Howard. Sorry, amongst other things.
What was up then, Howard?
Timothy. No, so he's not been doing much of late. He hopes everyone is well. He started this little menace a while back. He's pretty much done that, and I've been waiting for a delivery of basswood, or does that mean balsa wood?
Must do.
Maybe balsa. To start working on the iconic campsite sign from the movie. He's made some progress this week. It's Retro Kit's Friday the 13th Banana Minion scale.
That's good, isn't it?
Go, folks.
Yeah, I do like that. Great deal.
The eyes are good. I like the eyes.
I've done a few minions, and I never plan on doing any more ever. The last one.
I thought that meant something different for you, Dan. I'll be honest.
Yeah. Moving on.
The last minion got done while I was drunk, and it was.
Yeah.
No, let's move on. Oh,
We've
look
all
at
been there, Dan.
the trailer. The trailer. Look at that trailer.
UMP Sander, quick.
Mr. Ian Douthwaite is next.
Oh,
And this is his Italieri timber trailer in 24 scale.
nice.
He says, good progress this week. She's just awaiting custom decals and also need to plumb the hydraulic pipes for the crane. That is looking good. And
Very
the colour,
good. That's not scratch built this time, is that? It's an actual kit.
no, I think that is a resin. That's a resin extra piece.
Yeah.
And a couple of these bits down the side, I think, are printed. I can't remember which bits though, but I know his lad had to print a few bits.
Nice to see you modelling again, mate.
Yeah.
It's good to see us back on the up, let's say. Although I believe his next lot of treatment starts soon, and that'll probably kick him in balls. I hope it done, and fingers crossed for you, mate.
Yes.
Yeah.
This is Mr. Dan Croak next. He says he's making some progress on the Heller 124 scale Peugeot 205. Still an awful kit. He's getting some decals down. He's primed it in UMP white and painted with Zero Paint's Brilliant white.
So, I bit me tongue out.
Fucking that.
Again.
Mr. Simon Brown is next.
Cool.
He says, here's my Fujimi 24 scale BMW Z4 GT3 GSR project. Mirai. I don't care. The kit went together nicely, but the decals were a pain to apply. He's really happy with the finished model.
Excellent.
Oh, that's cool.
That's
Yeah,
very
the
cool. Yeah, the good schemes then.
Decals that drove me insane.
Especially being Fujimi as well. Not great decals at all.
No,
Very nice.
don't tell me that's the end of Face.
Looks
Oh,
like
wow.
it is. Well done, Dan.
Right. Wow.
That's the end
There
of
we
it.
go. Right, now Dan's gonna do a quick recap.
Oh.
Yeah.
Say that again.
Anyway, Dan's going to do a quick recap and go through all the builds quickly again. You've got from the time he starts to the time he finishes, we can see Tim posting in the chat, start your voting now, to register your single vote of your favourite build of the week. They'll be tallied up at the end, probably by Tim, I think.
We'll give it a go.
And the build with the most votes will win a £10 UMP gift voucher.
Hmm.
So Dan comes back.
Maybe.
Here it is.
Here he is.
When you're ready, Tim. Normal.
Don't worry, we've got an extra added time because how long it will take Dan to get this done. So
Yeah.
There's no time scale anymore.
Go on, Dan. When you ready, boys?
I'm on back now.
yeah, you're here.
Cup of tea, boys.
Cup of tea, boys.
Oh dear.
I forgot. Is that Bob?
Is one here? What now?
Nothing. Norman, you get the countdown?
No.
No, I don't mean that. No, I know that, but you normally do the 3, 2, 1.
Well. 3, 2, 1.
I've already started.
Go, Dan. Go,
Oh,
Dan.
okay. Go on, Dan.
One small set 1966 with his 3D printed Soviet M1 moon rocket. We have Two Kids No Sleep with his Hornet Thopter from Industria Mechanica in 35th scale. That you've not wrote down, Scott, just saying. F-27 packs with a Revell 144th Airbus A320 and a BSD 144th ASW 28 glider. Still dodging that word. Barry F1 fan with a Leighton House F1 engine. One Mac with his 48 scale Kinetic EA6B Prowler. Very nice. Hawk Moon with his 1/20th scale Mac Croat. Oh, so easy. Oh, you could. Oh dear. What? Goodbye. Go back. Oh, Mr. Alan Parker with his Tamiya 1/12 scale Honda RA273 John Surtees. Mr. Phil Beresford with a Mini Art B-type military omnibus in 35th scale. Mr. Simon Slater with his Revell 32nd scale Spitfire. We have Mr. Russell McGregor with his Tamiya 24th scale Volkswagen Beetle. Mr. Mike Killen with a 48 scale ICM PC6C Pilatus Porter. It's a plane. It's a nosy plane. Mr. Dean Armitage with his Tamiya 48 scale ME262 Clear Edition. Mr. Patrick Kennedy with his Tamiya 24 scale 1989 Mazda MX-5. Totally scale models with his Polar Lights 1/350th Klingon Katinga Battle Cruiser. Mr. Brett Anderson with his 48 scale Tamiya US 2.5 ton 6x6 fuel truck. Mr. John Birch with his Airfix 24 scale Hellcat. Mr. Darrell E. Masters with his Bandai Millennium Falcon in 1/144th scale. Mr. Luke Ward with his 1/12 scale 2004 YZR M1. Mr. Chris Stover with his Tamiya 35th scale Type 16. Mr. Dan Edmonds with his 24 scale Fujimi Ferrari F12 Berlinetta. Mr. Justin Hart with his Bandai Earth Defense Force Patrol Cruiser. Mr. Richie Lamb with his ZSU 23-4 Shilker in 35th scale by Meng. Mr. Robert Worth with some scratch building interior slat ERA armor on his Trumpeter Type 89. Mr. Stephen McKay with his Airfix 32nd scale Ford Fiesta RSWRC. Mr. Dean Slater with his Tamiya 1/20th scale Ferrari F310B in Eddie Irvine livery. Mr. Howard Laird with his banana Retro Kits Friday the 13th Banana. Mr. Ian Douthwaite with his Italieri timber trailer in 24th scale. Mr. Dan Croak with his Hella 1/24 scale Peugeot 205. Still an awful kit. And finally, Mr. Simon Brown with his Fujimi 24 scale BMW Z4 GT3 GSR project.
And there we go. Well done, Dan. We can close the voting in the chat.
Yeah, do that now.
Timothy, put me down for Mr. Brett Anderson, please.
Hang on, wait a second.
No, we're going to do it now.
Do it now.
Now.
Look, what?
Scroll up a bit, would you?
I'm going to let those three. I'm going to let a couple in because they're on that massive delay at the moment.
Okay, yeah. When you're ready, Tim, let us know. For our vote, I mean. Surfing twice.
I'm going to stop at Luke Wards. That's going to be the last one. Right. Okay, guys, go on. Right.
I'll go with Dean Armitage's ME262.
Yeah, okay.
I will vote for Owl's Prowler.
Owl's Prowler. Daniel, what is yours? Daniel?
Brett Anderson, please.
Brett Anderson.
Yeah, I'll go for that one as well, Tim.
Yeah, that would be my next choice.
You got one out, Sam?
I'm going to go with Al's Prowler because I've seen the work he's done on it from the start.
And you're still voting for it?
You do know it's just many shades of grey. You do know that, yeah?
Well, yeah. No,
Norm, what do you find? What do you think? What
I'm
do you
going to
think?
go for Al's Prowler because my brother says I've got to.
Oh, fair enough then. Hang on, sorry. What am I doing? I don't want to do that. I don't want to do that. Stop. What is turn the camera back on? Okay. So I'm going to put a vote in. Oh, sorry, I'm going to put it there. Yeah, we've got to do that. Okay, so in third place, we've got Luke's YZR M1.
Well done.
In a split second, you've got Al's Honda and Dean's 262.
Nice.
And out in front is Al and his Prowler.
Oh, well done, Al.
Really
Home win. Al, if you can email me. No. Well done, Al. Well worthy win.
Straight to Models for Heroes, Paul, please.
We got a few going there now. I think we got about
Good man.
It's about 50 odd quid going there now. I think I'm just letting it accumulate for a little bit.
Cool.
Before I send it over. But yeah, well, worthy winner. Well done, everybody else.
Sure.
Well done to everybody that took part. Some phenomenal work in there this week, as every week, really.
As every week, yeah.
Yeah, so well done everyone that took part, and for these guys for helping sort all that out as well. So there we go. That is just done for another week. If you're around tomorrow morning, hopefully we'll be live on Facebook.
Shoot, I might not.
Don't worry, mate. If you're not here, you can't be every week. Don't worry, I'll be all right.
I might be here. I might be.
You can't do it every week, mate. I understand. I'll do it on my own. No, 9:30 tomorrow. I'll be live on Facebook. It'll be my Paul ISM page, and it'll be shared over to ISM as well. So if you're on Facebook, come over and watch. And then if you're around on Tuesday, we'll be live 9:30 on this channel on YouTube again. Just doing the occasional live stream to keep it a bit more interesting. And yeah, if you're around, want to come join us, pop in, say hello. Feel free to share the feed as well, because that always helps. And keep an eye out, hopefully the next 3-4 days, hopefully we'll get a bench update and a challenging video out there. I'll probably do a bench update first. I haven't done one for a while. And that's it. So as always, check out International Scale Model Facebook page and forum, umpretail.com. Live at the bench page for all the details about the live show, the off-air hangout groups. Come join us off there. You're more than welcome to. And check out my Paul ISM Facebook page and check out Luke's channel as well, Black Rifle Model Works. So we shall see you all next Friday. Hope everyone's had a good night. Stay safe. Don't be doing anything daft. Stay cool. And we shall see you all next week. So take care, everyone. Bye.
See you later, guys.
Bye.